with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as chat's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His support is also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most victims across the board we charge the ward because his code can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if Andrew fans chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life with Clawless Cat and Fatty Wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. 3 streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome back to DSP Bingo for what is today, Sunday the 7th of September 2025. I do hope we've all had a very enjoyable, robust, meaningful, positive weekend. It's been a good little day. I was happy to get a day off from Phil's antics yesterday, and it's been nice just to fucking have that, like, it's nice to kind of have a wee... It's always good to get a breather from DSP. I cannot stress the importance to sometimes just fucking take a break from somebody as toxic as Phil Burnell is, you know? So it does you a world of good sometimes, you know what I mean? And I certainly appreciate the fucking days off from Phil, to put it that way. But yeah, we're back. And as you can see, Phil Burnell's in his chat. And by the look of things, he's got an OBS update to try and tackle. So Phil is tackling with an OBS update right now, which is a bit brave of him to do it right before a stream. Personally, I wouldn't do it right before going live, just because I know sometimes it can affect things. I will try and do it sometimes if I have time before I go live, but this is literally Phil. Phil shows up to a stream and he's due to go live now, but before he does that, he's saying, oh, an update. Which is a bit tight for time. I'll just personally cancel that fucking update. Just for now, or postpone it, you know? And just so he'll fucking deal with it after stream, just so it doesn't fucking interfere with any potential, issues for the stream. But yeah, that's Phil though, whenever has Phil been a professional and cared for his audience's fucking time. Anyway, we'll go for some tweets, watch some videos, and then by the time we do all that, I'm pretty sure Phil will probably be live at that point in time. First things first, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I had a tweet that had some attention from Friday, so yeah, there we go. It was a very simple tweet as well, so I didn't have to do any editing whatsoever. This screenshot here was from Raw Phil. I just had to kind of time it, so when this chat was next to Phil's head, I just took a screenshot, and lo and behold, old like Phil was looking at the message. But yeah, Phil scam my fans Burnell, saying, dude, where's the DLC you owe us? You're used to skimming your fans, but this is a new low even for you. All month you promised us DLC we paid, now you refuse to play the DLC, you're evil. And yeah, needless to say that message was not long for this world. But I was kind of surprised how much attention it got, you know what I mean? There was no context whatsoever, and 383 likes, you know what I mean? Bloody hell. If Phil Burnell got such numbers, you know he'd be fucking bragging about it, you know? Anyway, a couple of little clips here as well. There's a clip here from DSP's Daily Cope, saying, it starts at 9 o'clock, begs for over 30 minutes for a turn on the game. If you give us the money, he deserves to be scammed. What did he say here? What does he fucking say?
Okay, so guys, we're gonna start in about 5 minutes. Please, let's get support for tonight's stream. All right, you know that once I start playing, I have to focus on the game, right? I have to focus. I can't be talking with you guys all night when I'm playing CVS2, and these sets can tend to be pretty long. So I would appreciate support. Again, we have not had a super well-supported stream this week. It's been back and forth, and earlier today we did not hit a support goal. So tonight it's important that we end the stream, or that we end the week strong with a goal hit tonight, okay? So let's go.
Spoiler alert, he did not hit the goal, I believe, you know, I don't think it happened to him. And in response to this clip anyway, in an autoplace is saying, we have not had a super well supported stream this week. Phil Burnell said that on Friday, before the night stream started. So Phil seems to have fucking forgotten that he was given $880 from Sunday's first stream. Or $200+ on Monday. Phil Burnell, despite him not having a good day for hitting goals, a good week for hitting goals, was given over $2,400. So just bear that in mind. Phil considers it a fucking slow week because he didn't get enough money to hit every single goal, and yet he was given $2,400. It's just, it is quite mind-boggling, isn't it? You know, Phil Burnell was given that much money, and yet he thinks of it as a failure because the arbitrary fucking 150 goal that has to hit every single stream was not always hit every single stream. Absolutely, it's just incredible. He says it's a bad week when he's given $2,400 because he didn't get to stuff his face full of cats to burger. It's just, it blows the mind. And here's the metrics from Phil. You know, this is a JG Anno with the metrics here, the numbers here. Phil is down on tips by over 62% week after week. So Phil had a far better week the previous week for tips. He only got like $411. He was up though quite a bit in YouTube Super Chats. He was up by about 18%, primarily carried by that very well supported day stream of Metal Gear Solid. You know, so that on that, you know, the August 31st stream, I played Metal Gear Solid and he was wailed, you know, a lot. You know, that was I've done a lot of the carrying for Phil. YouTube members, he's down on that by 35% week after week, and kick subs he's down by about 26% as well. So as you can see, it's just not great numbers for Phil. And there's also an interesting tweet here that JJN put together here. I thought they were interested to compare this post-casino era to the casino arc throughout the month. That's a heck of a difference for the same period. I still can't believe how much money got dumped into DSP's pockets. Having that level of revenue for almost 6 months and then it just drops must really bother him. So yeah, this time last year, Phil was given almost $2,000 in tips and almost $900 in super chats. Fast forward a year later, Phil only got $369 in tips and about $700 in super chats. So there's an 81% difference in tips compared to last year, and an almost 25% in difference in super chats compared to last year. It is an undeniable evidence that the Kino Casino arc, those guys carried him financially, and Phil Burnell is refusing to kind of relinquish those numbers. He thinks he can still sustain those numbers when it's unsustainable. But it's not him that suffers from it, it's his audience that suffers from it, because Phil keeps forcing these goals on them and he keeps guilt tripping them to keep hitting these goals time after time after time again. But his fans deserve it. If his fans keep giving him money, they fucking deserve to get a fleece man. And one last thing, DSP shitted on him and then banned him. Banned a person for refusing to donate. I guess contributions are mandatory. This person, Apricot, said, in all honesty, I don't want to donate when you're so far away from the goal because I don't want my money to be meaningless if you don't hit it. Just being honest. That's a fair thing to say. Like, if you were planning to give somebody $10 in the hope that it was going to fucking help them hit a goal, like, you know, let's just say you're a fucking DSP fan and you're looking forward to fucking seeing them eat a burger, and like you only have like $10 to give him. But the stream's almost over, and he's sitting like fucking $70. Then, logically speaking, there's no point in you giving him $10 because you know it's not going to help him at the goal. Like, you want to support him, but you also want to see him do things, and you don't want your fucking $10 just going to absolutely nothing. And Phil banned this person for their honesty here. Really, it just reflects a fucking. All this does is highlight Phil's greed, for lack of a better term, for how he constructs this business model of his currently, where it's 150 or bust. If you give him 149, the goal is not hit, it doesn't count, and that money gets fucking memory hold, and you start again from scratch. I have maintained this point time and time again. Phil Burnell should absolutely adopt the policy of carrying over support from the previous stream. If he is close to hitting the goal, then carry that support over. Once that's 150, go back to 0. It's just, I mean, I think you would get a lot. I generally think you get more support doing it that way. You know, but it doesn't want to do that for whatever reason. Anyway, as I said, the bad man is live now. OBS is still having issues on whatever. He's had a couple of super chats already today. He was given a $10 super chat, and this guy is given a couple of 50 NOK, you know, like a like Norwegian currency, you know, 50 NOK super chats as well from this person. Anyway, a couple of videos for us to enjoy before Phil goes live. First of all, here's a very old clip here from DSP Raw. DSP says it. Fuck you. Permanent ban. Only a minute and 40 long. Let's have a little trip to memory lane and see what caused this toxicity. I pressed the wrong button. Balls. I didn't realise I was on that screen, sorry, my bad. I pressed the BRB screen instead of the pause button. My bad. I haven't pressed the wrong button to be well, to be fair. Anyway, let's try that again, shall we?
So there you go. But the bottom line is, guys, when you're in context, things always seem to make sense. Do you really think that out of nowhere, with no reason whatsoever, I would all of a sudden call someone out in the stream chat? You know what I mean? Do you really think that I want to derail my chat or derail my stream? Of course not. You know, for me, I'm doing pre-stream, I'm talking with people, having fun. Do you think I want to do that? Of course not. I was actually being nice to the guy, rather than just saying, well, fuck you, permanent ban, screw you. I was trying to be nice to the guy to prove that if the guy had legitimate concerns, he would have gotten, you know, attention for it. Obviously, there was none, which I knew from the get-go because the guy was a known troll. But I was trying to be fair, right? And now people are going to twist that to try to get to make me look bad. You know what? If anyone actually thinks that watching a clip completely out of context proves anything, I'm sorry, you are ignorant. And that is the bottom line. Everything in life has a context.
I'm trying to wonder what the context of this situation is for this particular rant. Is this relating to Wardle Leader? The kind of suffering thing?
Okay, so you need to know the context. I mean, that's really stupid. Really stupid. And I'm just very happy that yesterday I was on my day off. Because if I had to put up with that shit, you know, it was a normal work day and all day all I saw was that stuff, it probably would have really, really upset me. But instead, I was able to have a day unplugged from the internet with my girl. I had a lot of fun. And
that girl, as a German, Liana was still. It could have been kind of suffering. This was not a kind of suffering thing. Because he was still in a relationship. So Liana had nothing to do with it. So this was from June the 17th, 2018. I'm not sure what the context is though. This is from 2018. What happened in 2018 that caused this rant?
I came back today refreshed, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just very briefly address this on the pre-stream, get it out of the way, so the crap is out of the way, shovel the crap out of the way, right? And move on.
I'm very confused. What caused that? There we go. Bjorn Nebelstarf was in the chat saying, did you see the Daily Crap where he had a meltdown that Sony planned a beta for a new fighting game on his wife's birthday so he couldn't play? They should have consulted his schedule. I heard about that. Yes, I did hear about his entitlement, thinking the world should revolve around him. But then again, I'm just surprised he fucking actually put his wife first before gameplay, because it wouldn't be the fucking first time that Phil has prioritised doing a stream over doing something special with his wife for her birthday. So yeah, but I did hear Phil had a very toxic meltdown about that, so yeah, great stuff indeed. It might be included in this compilation, I don't know, it's not Brunel's compilation here. This is the night stream compilation, you know, where Phil's begging for at least $100, just trying to stop playing fighting games, another solo stream. I'm not sure if it'll include Daily Crap as well. It might do, it might include some of the Daily Crap stuff. But yeah, before that though, we have the day stream compilation from Phil playing Chronos. And this is Memology's compilation, Memology 101. DSP furious as fuck over Chronos release stream going disastrous, pushing viewers against the wall to support him.
I love it, and you know, it's that stuff's positive, and there's other stuff that's positive behind the scenes, but the fact that I might lose my fucking house over something that I have nothing whatsoever control over or to do with, that's the worst feeling.
Who fucking cares?
Someone tried to tip me looks like $9.99, but for some bizarre reason, PayPal has frozen that payment. So I apologize, whoever that was. I can't count it because PayPal randomly froze it. It could be because of the phrasing in the tip, like the words you used. It could just be a random thing that they're doing. Sorry about that. It would have been great to get that because we have now had support in about an hour. Actually, it's been over an hour. So if you are enjoying Chronos, the New Dawn, please support the stream.
Nope. Fuck you.
Of Chronos. So again, please support the stream when I come back. Please support it, okay? All right. No, nothing. YouTube chat is dead, not even talking. Let's take a look. How are we doing today? 230 viewers on YouTube, 70 viewers on Kick, so it's dead. What is going on? This is a new release. Everyone wants survival horror. Where is everyone? I don't know. I have more attendance this week for Gears of War. Seriously, I did. So I don't know where everyone is. You tell me where everyone is for today. It's supposed to be a new survival horror game for the fall. I don't know. It's basically attendance for like a regular stream. Not even a big deal. That's a new game. I don't get it. If I gotta worry every stream that it's everything dead stream, it's a dead stream. Why is it dead? There's people watching. Why does no one care enough to say, I like the content, let's keep it going, I will support it? I'm lost. Once again, YouTube chat is dead. What is going on YouTube today? We have over 250 plus people watching on YouTube. You're all dead, not talking? Why not? Speak, YouTube chat, speak! Yo, it's so... Are you kidding? How many are there? Dude, what the hell? Oh, how much? This is like impossible. Yo, this is ridiculous. The gun is worthless because you can't aim straight, so you can't shoot them in the head. And then they barely take any damage, and then they fucking come back, and you can't carry enough flame to kill them. This is fucking annoying. I don't know if I like the mechanic of having to literally burn every enemy when you can only carry one flame. I don't like that you can't see anything because the lighting is so dark, you just get lost in the area. He tanked it and ignored the shot.
Huh?
They ignore your shots. You hit them point blank. They don't even stutter or stagger. What are you supposed to do? There's no dodge. There's no dodge in the game, but all the enemies tank out your hits.
You have done that yourself.
So what do you want me to fucking do then? I gotta
Not be bad at games.
find a way back because I don't have flame to kill another one. Mutating, I don't have flame. Yeah.
Huh?
I can't dodge. There is no dodge. I can't shoot straight. What do you want me to do? That's the weapon.
You are controlling the weapon, Phil.
Now, what just happened?
Tumbler. Cool.
No, it's not that I'm a horrible shot. The game doesn't aim straight. When you aim with the gun, it goes like this. You can't hold a steady shot in this game. There's upgrades to do it, but I don't have them yet because I'm too early in the game.
It misses.
This is pretty crappy, I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty stupid. Basically, your gun is awful, and you don't have enough resources to use the flame to your advantage. Like in Dead Space, you have other things that at least make it fair. You have the telekinetic powers and things, and you have more weapons. In this, you have one ass gun that sucks shit, that doesn't aim straight, it doesn't do damage, the enemies tank out the shots. Like, this is really bad. I don't like the game design at all. This is gonna make the game super tedious and annoying is what it's gonna do. You're gonna have to replay it like 1,000 fucking times.
Who fucking cares?
Now I'm already lost. I can't see anything. God, it's fucking annoying. The lighting is awful. You can't see where the fuck you're going. awful. It's really bad. I don't like this at all. Your gun is awful. It does nothing. It doesn't matter where you shoot. They tank it out anyway. You don't have enough of the flame to kill them. This is ass. I guess what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have to run back to the flame.
If only the game gave you some subtle hints as to how to try and fucking get by monsters more effectively. If only the game just literally told you in black and white some advice for trying to slow down monsters, you know? If only there was something on the screen that Phil could have paid attention to, that he might have fucking be able to have read and taken on board as helpful, useful advice for future battles in this game. Oh well.
Kill them. This is ass. I guess what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have to run back to the flame and stand in front of it, because if I leave, I'm never going to be able to kill any of them.
And the game sucks. The game is fucking trash.
What just happened? Why are my shots not hitting the enemy directly in front of me? Look, I can't aim. The game wiggles when you try to fire. How did that fucking miss? This could be the worst handgun I've ever seen. This is worse than the handgun in Resident Evil 1. Look, I can't hit anything. I'm point blank in front of the fucking enemy. I can't hit it. The gun is awful.
You have done that yourself.
Oh my god. The gun is legitimately one of the worst I've ever seen in a video game. You can't stun it with the flame first, because if you stun it, then you have to go back to get more flame to kill it. If you had 2 charges of flame, this would be fine. But you don't have 2 charges of flame. So because of that, you have to have a charge of flame on hand at all times so you can kill an enemy when it gets down. So the mechanic itself is flawed. If they had started you with 2 charges, this would be fine. But instead, you can't fight the enemy head up because your gun goes like this, and when you shoot it, it tanks it out anyway. It's actually bad. It would be one thing if, like, this was, like, halfway through the game and the enemies are getting tougher. This is the beginning of the game. That's your first introduction to this enemy, and you gotta fucking deal with it like that? That's awful. Jeez, man. I hope it gets better than this. I hope the gun gets better, everything, because that is ass. If the whole game's like that, I'm gonna hate it.
Who gives a flying fuck about it? No one with a brain. That's the answer.
Who fucking
So now we're up
cares?
to 46 of support. Guys, it would be great if we could get some momentum going and hit at least a third of the way to the goal. It'd be great to get halfway there at this point. I am still here for 2 more hours, okay? I swear I had a core. Are you telling me that when I died in that first combat area, they undid my looting? Is that what they're saying? I think that's what happened. I think it auto-saved. I lost the core. Yeah. I think what happened was I looted everything in the area.
So if you died, it would make sense for the game to fucking just restore a save point for everything that happened before that point in time. So, because why does Phil expect to fucking maintain things from a time where he died? Like, in between the last save point and him dying, that's to be expected where you're going to lose that shit because technically it never happened because you died. So you restore a fucking save point to try and fucking try again.
Then I fought those enemies down there and they killed me a bunch and it undid my looting. It actually created an autosave point before I looted. So I lost an upgrade core, so now I can't upgrade and have 2 flame. So I'm fucked. The game screwed me because of an awful gameplay mechanic.
What the fuck?
So guys, if you are still enjoying Chronos here, please support the stream. We have about an hour and a half left on this premiere stream of Chronos. And yeah, momentum ain't great. I'm not gonna lie. We only hit a third of the goal and it's been incredibly slow going for support. Don't ask me why. I know you guys like survival horror, so I don't know what's going on. Please support the stream, okay? In fact, like I said, how about we hit halfway to the goal right now? We're at 57. Let's get to 75 right now. Let's get some support, some subs, a super chat, a tip. Let's hit halfway to the goal right now.
And the bottom line is, I can't imagine a grown adult, a fucking grown adult.
Look, it's impossible. I can't even kill this guy. There's no more explosive barrels. And I used 2 flames to kill a bunch. There's 1 left, and there's nothing to kill him. So what am I expected to do? Another one just showed up? I think so. I have no clue what the game wants me to do. These game mechanics are ass. Like, what am I doing right now? Am I actually dead? I have to reload the whole section? Because there's nothing here to fight them. Look, there's nothing here I can use to fight them with. There's no explosive barrel. No gas. No ladder I can climb to escape. Wow, this is really well designed. There's nothing to do. I'm done. No, you can't kill with melee. You need to burn the enemies or blow them up and kill them. So I actually cannot kill these enemies. I'm done. The game's over. What the fuck were they thinking? This is asinine. This is completely awful game design. Oh, I can't even do anything. All I can do is endlessly run in a circle. That's it. I can't fight these guys. What was I supposed to do in the room? I'm actually curious. You don't know how many enemies there are? I killed ones next to others so that the flame would catch. I stopped the mutation, but there's no way to fight them. You don't have ammo that kills them. You need to burn them to kill them, and you don't have enough flame to kill them all. What is the game expecting me to do? I used the explosive barrels. I shot them all with the explosive barrels. Look, there's 3 now. This is incredibly fucking stupid. This could be one of the worst survival horror games I've actually ever played. This could literally be one of the worst survival horror games I've ever played in my life. It's terrible. How do I kill 3 to 4 enemies in this area with no flame? If flame is all that kills them, this is terrible garbage. I really don't like this. I think they fucked the whole game up.
We're always doing too much, man. Boy, it's this alcohol. Acting like a kid, it's alcohol. Shit.
I'd love to know what I did wrong. What did I do wrong in this situation exactly? You don't give me enough resources to fight the enemies. Literally, the weapons are worthless. All they do is stun. You have to burn them. So unless you have this, you can't kill enemies. I can only have 2. I have enough to craft 1 more, and that's it. So I can only kill 2 enemies. The barrels I used, but you kept spawning more enemies. So our top tip today is 666. Guys, can we beat that, please?
I'm an evil, dirty, heinous scammer who steals money from little children.
Can we please get a bigger tip than 666? That's the most we've had all day. And the stream is almost over. Guys, again, can we please get to halfway? We got about 1 hour and 20 minutes left on the stream. Can we get to halfway to my goal right now? And then we can work on the second half for the next hour. Please, let's just hit that. Someone, a super chat, a couple subs, a tip. Let's go. Let's hit some support right now.
Oh, Cat's pregnant and having a baby.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I just upgraded it, but they won't let me get a second flame. What is going on? Don't tell me it's a glitch. Oh, come on. I can't carry 2 flames, even though I just bought the upgrade to carry 2 flames. So what was the point? I don't understand. Only when you craft, you get 2. How does that make any sense? How does it make any sense you have to use the gears to craft a flame ammo? It's the same fucking ammo you get out of the thing, out of the dispenser. Why would you need to specifically craft it? This game is awful. The more I play it, all of these gameplay mechanics are fucked. Bad autosaves, using weak healing items instead of the stronger ones, and now I can't hold 2 flamer ammo despite the fact that was the point of the upgrade. It doesn't work. Yeah, it's fucked up. It never said that when I bought the upgrade at all. There was no way to know that. The game is fucking annoying as shit. It's actually badly designed. They gotta fix this shit.
Phil was boring about Jesus at me, man. I'm practically falling asleep here trying to fucking pay attention to the crappy gameplay antics. The bad man's going live. The bad man is about to go live, as you can see. Thank you, Simon, for letting me know that Phil was about to go live. Actually, let's go, let's click on actual live. There you go. So, we're a second behind live DSP there. Let's see what the bad man's rocking today. Do I think he's got a black biggin shirt on, or do I think he's got something more colourful? I reckon he's going to be wearing some sort of grey t-shirt and some, yeah, I'm going to guess grey t-shirt. That's my guess. I'm locking it in. I'm going for grey t-shirt. Let's see. Well, I'm right. Oh, it's white. Oh god, that's not. I don't think that t-shirt suits you, Phil. Also, you know, your shirt sleeves are a bit short there compared to. Oh god, he's gonna mention that. He's gonna be fiddling with shirt sleeves all goddamn stream long. Let's just make sure he's on 1.5 speed. We'll make sure as well he's on 1080p2 and put him on pause right there, and we'll just leave him on pause for a while we build up some much needed speed up juice.
Serious, this is awful. It should not be like this. When you auto heal, it should use the strongest healing item. When you
Come the
buy
fuck in and fuck the fuck off.
Thank you to not trying again. Thank you to Dixon Norris for popping a 2-month Bingo Barry membership message saying hello to you. Thank you very much, Dixon Norris, for being a member for 2 months. Very kind of you indeed. Good stuff indeed.
upgrade that says you can carry 2 flamer fuel, you should be able to carry 2 flamer fuel. Not there's criteria around it that are invisible and the game doesn't explain. This is fucked. Yeah, I'm actually pissed. This is awful game design, and I'm gonna call it out. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Bloober Team fucked this up. They're just making it insanely artificially difficult for no good reason. So now, think about this. I gotta run out, shoot a couple of the enemy, down one, flame it, run back
Come the
inside.
fuck in and fuck the fuck off.
Thank you very much to Emma Roy for popping their 2 months Bingo Barry message saying, can I get a boon? We'll see. Hold on. There you go. There you go. There's your fucking spoon right fucking there. Thank you very much, Emma Roy, for that. Very kind of you indeed.
Get another flamer fuel, run back outside, shoot it down the other one. You can't kill 2 at once ever. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Seriously, I'm gonna be honest. This is horrible gameplay design. Like the game design is just atrocious. There's no reason for it to be this tedious and annoying. There's so many ways they could have made it less annoying. I don't know why they made it like this besides just inexperience. Like, no one playing the game would tell you it's better this way. Let's get to $100 to support right now. Okay, let's do it. Let's hit 100 right now. What are we at? 80 something, 83? Let's get to 100. Someone give me a few subs, a few memberships, or a tip, and let's get to $100. And then we'll work on the last third of the stream, or the last third of the goal on the last hour of the stream. Okay?
Right now, just real talk, personally, I'm in one of the worst financial situations of my life. I don't know how I'm going to make ends meet and pay my bills, being very honest with you.
I will say thank you so much to, was it Magi, for explaining the game mechanics. The game did not do a good job of explaining the game mechanics. That's why I was confused about how to kill enemies. Biomass, he calling the mutation.
The most efficient tool to ultimately destroy tissue before it has time to regenerate.
Did that on the leaderboard. And guys, let's get to 100 right now, seriously. We're at 88. Let's get to 100 right now, and then we'll work for this last hour to hit the final 50, but please, let's get to 100. Remember, DSP tries it with the new Taco Bell menu I will do on release day on Tuesday if we hit 50 goals by Tuesday. But we have to hit 50 goals.
Thank you very much to Grandpa Joe for popping a 2-month Bingo Barry message saying, hope you're all well. Hope you're well to Grandpa Joe. Very kind of you indeed. Thank you very much for being a member. Good stuff indeed. I'm doing grand. I'm enjoying a good weekend, a good lazy weekend. But honestly, I feel more tired today than usual. Like, I feel like I'm at great risk of falling asleep watching DSP. I genuinely think I'm at risk of that.
Okay. See, but they probably won't. By the way, Original Grant, thanks for $2. I put that on the leaderboard.
I was thinking that glowing shit's probably a big indicator as to what you should fucking aim for. You know, that's usually quite an interesting telltale video game designer sort of thing. Like, as a visual clue from the game devs, hey, if you're going to attack something, attack the glowing thing.
They probably won't even explain what this is. See? Are you kidding me? I said they wouldn't explain it, they didn't, and I took massive damage because of it.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, guys. So I hope to see you tonight for Friday Night Fights. For those who did chill, enjoy, and support, I appreciate you. It really sucks. Yet another stream, we're not hitting the goal. It sucks. You know, I don't know what else to say. These goals, we're barely hitting them. So now DSP Tries It is not going to be on Tuesday. I really wanted it to be, but now it looks like we're not going to do it. Alright?
Poor Phil. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Anyway, that was a day stream. And as you can see for the night stream also saw Phil fail to hit the goal. He was only getting about $105. And yeah, because he was playing fighting games as well, there was apparently a lot of toxicity in the air.
Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat.
Sticky Picky.
Hello, Mr. Piggy. The Sticky Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
It would be great if you guys could support the stream tonight. To be honest with you guys, this week has been up and down and all around. There were some days this week where support was absolutely great. There were some days this week where support was absolutely slow. There's some days where it was like a great stream and then a slow stream. So earlier today with Kronos, we didn't even hit $100 of support. For a new release day, I didn't even hit $100 of support. The attendance was decent, so I don't really get it. I thought that the game was good. It was a good to watch. I think people were enjoying themselves, so I have no clue. But hopefully you guys tonight will support this stream. Let's make this stream a great final stream of the week, right? Let's hit it strong, hit it fast. Let's go. Let's hit the goal.
No, not at all.
I keep telling you guys, it's this simple. If you support me more, think about everything that's happened this year, over the course of this year when you've been supporting me. I have monstrously upgraded my setup. I have bought way more games and played a bigger variety of games than ever before. I've expanded my horizons, adding peripherals and things to this that I've never done. I tried new projects like building Legos and doing all this fun stuff. I let you guys pick new DSP trizits, right? Like a flight of beers and stuff like that. It's all been change and improvement because you guys have supported me. I want you to think about how different in the last 1 year things have been since all that time before it when I was basically broke. Okay? Now I want you to think about how much has actually changed with Kino Casino since people shower them with money.
I just want you guys to understand that
Because with them, when they get rewarded, there's no effort put in. It's like, oh, it's vacation time. Oh, it's time for another side.
Hold on, let's a big massive vortex from Snot Brown here, the fucking copium here, the fucking projectionism going off here. So here, this is the rich coming from the guy who hates any minimal effort in games. The guy who has made more rage quits and wage quits this year than any other. The guy who asked for money to play the Ballad of Gay Tony and the rest stopped playing it because he's not interested in playing it without mods, but he already spent the money. The guy who now rests up to 2 days at least, twice a month, because he gets more money, but it seems that's over. Well, it is none of your fucking business what Kino Casino do with their fucking time, just like how it's fucking nobody's fucking business what you do with your time. You know? Like, like, how you conduct your business, of course, people are entitled to fucking, talk about it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the fucking day, it's your choice to run your business in this fucking manner and way. And it's running, in my opinion, Phil runs his business extremely fucking poorly, of course. You know? I just think it's very financially irresponsible for him to not fucking put money aside for, you know. It always baffles me, it always astonishes me that he fucking gets the money he does and yet it is not enough for him. Like, he has an unsustainable lifestyle which he grew accustomed to, which he refuses to relinquish, and so it's his fans that will suffer ultimately because it is up to them to sustain that lifestyle for him, because that's who Phil gets the money from. So ultimately it's the fucking fans that suffer because, you know, if they let Phil down, Phil will fucking make them all feel bad about it.
Project on Patreon or whatever the fuck it's called, Gumroad. The fuck cares about Gumroad? You know, just more and more bullshit. So that, what major thing have they done in the last year?
Who fucking cares?
I'm already DSP cult leader. I know all about it. I cast the pignosis on everyone out there to make you magically do what I say, right? Like I'm a crazy, I have these weird voodoo powers that can control everyone watching this video and make you do awful things.
What the fuck? Can't do anything. Look at that! Roll super in lag again! And I can't do anything about it. If it blocked, I win. But the game gives him a super that hits me from behind because the game fucking lags. You cannot do anything about roll super. The guy is awful. Unreal. I'm just gonna roll super, roll super. You fucking scrub bitch. You're horrible. You're a fucking awful player, and you can go fuck yourself. I already beat you 4 in a row. Then you got lucky, roll mashing and lag. You don't deserve a rematch because you fucking suck shit. You're a terrible player. Now lick the fucking ass cheeks of a good player. All right.
He quit. He rage quit. Did you see that? He quit the lobby. Come on, guys. Let's get some support for Classic Street Fighter and the return of Friday Night Fights. Let's get some subs on Kick. This week has been one of the slowest weeks for Kick ever. I'm not kidding. Let's get some subs tonight right now on Kick. Even a single sub, let's get one.
It dropped my input entirely. Wow. I got frozen. Oh, what? Again, it shows it coming out, and it shows her in a block, and then it reverses the block and gives the wake up super because of the fucking stupid rollback netcode. Awful. I did dive kick and instant super kills me. This vacuum sucks me up. There's nothing.
I mean, personally, I thought your last few attacks were very well telegraphed. I mean, the Sagat player, you know, they knew, like, they read you the last several moves. From my observations, my limited understanding and intellect of this game aside, it feels like that Sagat had Phil very well read in a scenario, you know? Like, so Phil gets moved backwards here, okay? And like, okay, so the counter there, just kicks Phil there, okay? There's some distance there. Phil tries to dive in, and they read it, jump up, and just fucking knock him out there. Phil does it again. Punches him out the fucking air. Then moves in for the kill, charges a fucking super or whatever, and game over. Like, Phil is very predictable playing these games. You know, I'm not trying to say, like, Phil is semi-decent playing these games, but at the same fucking time, he is a very predictable player because he has a set number of patterns and moves. And good players will pick up on this and very quickly get a good reading of Phil after like a fucking round. So Phil might do well at the start of some contests, whatever, but it's not surprising to see good players pick up on Phil's limitations in the game and punish him for his limited moveset.
I did dive kick and instant super kills me. This vacuum sucks me up. There's nothing I can do about it at all. That's fucking Sagat. Top tier fucking Sagat, dude.
Any moment, I can pick up a controller and I can play any game at professional level.
That was level 2 super. It showed it hit, took it back. You do my wake up move. Yeah, I did wake up Cannon Spike when I was in the corner. It would have stopped his mash jab, but it doesn't give it to me, so he gets mash jab into super combo. Completely fucking lame. Lame. It's just annoying because why did I lose? Drop my move again. I know what I'm doing. I know he's gonna do wake up jabs and hope that it's because he thinks it's safe, and then he's gonna do super. I do exactly what I need to stop it. Game doesn't give me my input because the fucking rollback netcode sucks ass.
I used to have brains in this head. That was a long time ago.
That was, wow, it all comboed, even after that lag. What? Oh, come on. What the fuck? Didn't even show anything. Yo, this laggy shit sucks. A giant...
I just love the fucking pitch Phil's voice gets to there when he's upset there. I was like, oh, come on. the fucking several octaves his voice went up there. Listen for it.
Oh, come on. What the fuck? Didn't even show anything. Yo, this laggy shit sucks. A giant lag spike. All of a sudden, his jabs are hitting me, and he gets a free fucking giant combo. Dude. What the fuck? Literally, he just smashed jab in the middle of my combo, and it gave him that. Literally, I was doing a combo, and he just did this, and the game interrupted my combo with mashed jabs, and it's a hit confirm into a giant combo. Dude, it's impossible. All you gotta do is do these strategies. Literally, just keep... What I gotta do when people are hitting me, just keep mashing jab, and it'll blow through what they're doing and actually give me hits. It's pathetic.
Oh no, delusions of grandeur.
Thanks for chilling. One more hour left on the stream, everybody. Now, guys, we're at 51 bucks of support. Let's get some more. Let's please get to another, milestone here. Let's hit that goal tonight. Sadly, we haven't hit a goal half the time this week. We didn't hit a goal earlier today for the new game Chronos. We didn't hit a goal for Sweet Coden. We didn't hit a goal for Metal Gear Solid Delta. So every day we're not hitting the goal, and now we're never gonna get DSP tries it. Can we get some support? I mean, seriously, I gotta look at Kick. What is going on over on Kick this week? No exaggeration. Biggest contributor's a troll. Then we got Your Future Stepdad. We had Relaxing Chill Fun. Ether gave a few. CJ gave a few, and that's it. It's like one sub. So we barely got even like outside of the troll idiot, we didn't even get like 30 subs this week. That's the whole week. Can we get support? Can we get some friggin' support for fighting games? I keep these in the rotation because I like them, because they have a place in the rotation, and I think that it's good variety for the channel. But I'm most definitely noticing dwindling support for it, right? The last 2-3 times we played this, we only made like 50 bucks, and now tonight we're at 51. Please, let's get some support.
You are an idiot. You are inept at what you do, and you should be fucking fired.
Oh, nothing. Drops the input. What the fuck? Whoa. I can't, look, what the fuck? I'm doing nothing. Again, I'm literally doing nothing, and she's mashing jab viciously, and it starts hitting me.
If you're not doing a single fucking thing, that might be why you're getting your arse kicked, Phil. Players tend to not fucking do a single thing in a fucking video game will get punished for that.
These players are fucking dog shit. You hit me because you mashed in fucking rollback lag. You're a bitch. You literally earn no hits. You jump and mash buttons like a fucking tard in the lag. And it hits me every time because the fucking lag is awful. You're a terrible player. You're atrociously bad.
Oh, here he's attacking me. Wow. What a great fucking player. Specifically, Twitch terminated the agreement following its investigation of repeated instances of inappropriate conduct involving hateful slurs.
Unreal. Gee, do you think I'm gonna win? No, the game lags too much. The guy's a fucking button-pushing bitch. I outplay him at every chance when I can, but there's no way I can play when he plays like a laggy fucking bitch. I didn't do that. Okay, can't do anything. I'm frozen and I get hit. block.
Die. You're kidding me.
That was fantastic. I love how Phil yelled die as well. I was like, die! This is the time when you die, because I'm going to hit you with a special. Now they blocked it. They had it prepared. They had it scouted out. Listen to this guy yelling, die.
Can't block.
Die!
Die. You're kidding me.
Did you see that bullshit? That's complete lucky fucking bullshit. Unfucking real. Did you see?
They read what you were going to do, blocked your attack, and punished you.
See that? So they just defended, and because of the lag, they went like this, and it gave them multiple just defends at once, and I lose. That is absolutely fucking nonsense. Fuck this guy.
He quit the room, dude. He's so embarrassed he quit the fucking room. God damn, that's bad.
Guys, can we please get some more support for Friday Night Fights? At this point, this really sucks. I'm not kidding. The last 3 to 4 times that I played fighting game, we're not even hitting like $100 goal.
Is that not telling you something, Phil? It seems to me the audience are fucking kind of tired out of you playing fighting games all the goddamn time. Now, I know you like them. I know they're a good ego boost to you for when you win those fucking games sometimes. I know it's like a good little trip down memory lane. The audience don't really fucking care, though.
So, do I give up? I don't want to. I like fighting games, but if we gotta give up, I guess we do. It sucks. I don't want to play Street Fighter 6. It sucks ass. It's not a good game. This is the one I like. I am leveling up in it, but it doesn't seem to be getting much support anymore and much love. I don't know what else to say. If we do Friday Night Fights, Jax Fraxer always comes by and supports. And then outside of that, it's a few random people here or there, but...
Yeah, Jax only gave him $25 this time around, so he kind of shortchanged Phil.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
What? Oh, come on. He gets combo now. What? I got no low medium punch. Give me a fireball instead. Can't block. I try. What? Oh my god, dude. The lag is so fucking bad. So fucking bad. Pathetically bad lag. Again, at the end, skipping around.
Uh-oh. This time again, I guess.
So guys, last chance to support retro fighting games. I am actually disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. I thought bringing back Friday Night Fights for the first time in ages that we'd get a good crowd that would support the stream when we hit the goal tonight. It sucks that we have not. I really was counting on it because we had so many days this week that we didn't, including earlier today, which I'm shocked we didn't hit it for a new game.
Reminder again, once more, a little reminder in case you needed it, that Phil Burnell was given over $2,400 in support for that week. From Sunday to Friday, Phil was given over $2,400 overall, super chats, tips, memberships, kick support, all that crap combined.
But it is what it is. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about fighting games now. I'm just like him. I'm the white LTG. Everyone knows this.
Dude, enough of the rollback. First of all, when I jumped in, it showed me hitting, then it turned into a dragon punch. There, it shows my kick coming out and hitting him. Then it reverses and turns into a super after the kick has already hit him on my screen. Oh my god, it's impossible to play this shit. It's so bad, man. It's impossible to play this fucking game online. It keeps reversing everything I'm doing and seeing. How am I ever supposed to win?
Oh my God, he's drinking piss. So at least we end at 1:15. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support there, guys. Last minute. Okay. All right. So next week, we will do another Friday Night Fights. And yeah, I do hope for the best. I hope that next week, we will be able to actually get like enough people to get variety and comp, not the same 4 people over and over, you know, but it is what it is. And if after that, if that doesn't work, maybe we do have to retire fighting games for a bit until there's something new like the Mortal Kombat collection out, right? All right, thank you guys so much. See you next time.
Who fucking cares?
Sound like I'm some midlife crisis miserable dude who's like, man, I hate it. I really back myself into a corner. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'll fucking love it. But there you go, I was going to bring an end to that compilation. And now we're all kind of caught up in Phil and his antics. So now, we now need to focus on bingo. It's time bingo. And of course, to play bingo today, we need the bingo number to generate the bingo card. So the very first number in chat I see, the very first number in chat, Mark O'Shaughnessy got his number in there right before I fucking asked for it. He's a cheeky wee bastard. He didn't even hear me ask it. He didn't hear me ask for it, but he fucking predicted it. He's a wee cheeky bastard at times, isn't he? I'll give it to him. I'll fucking give it to him. Mercer forgot about bingo. It's a fucking name. It's a whole point of the show. There we go. But yeah, Mercer was the first number in chat I saw. It says 6007, so I guess I'll type that in here. And hit enter, and this is the bingo card we have for today's show. We need Phil to say and do the following for today's bingo. We need Phil to pig-splain something. Him touching his ear, him saying react, dude, and him saying a lot of people. The second draw is Phil burping, him mocking his own chat, him saying voted, him laughing, and him saying hilarious. The third draw is Phil doing a Y or a T pose, him saying on demand, right now, content, and absolutely. The fourth row is Phil saying or doing Q&A, him saying example, by the way, him pointing at his camera, and him saying goal. The fifth and final row is Phil saying wow, tips, contributions, people saying, and finally, new games. So that's the bingo card we have for today's show. So yeah, there we go, good stuff indeed. If we can get a full house on that bingo card, we'll get to add $10 to that bingo prize fund. There's a variety of ways we can get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house bingo card. For example, if Phil burps, snorts, or sips 10 times, every 10 times it does that, we get a free space. For every 6 minutes and 40 seconds that Phil begs, we also get a free space. If Jade shows up and Phil's inside of Jade, we get a free space. For every 5 new or rejoining members we have to this bingo stream, we get a free space for that as well, and we're 2 away from our free space because I've had 3 popped up renewal messages so far. And finally, in my opinion, the best way for us to get free spaces for bingo. If we get 25 likes on this bingo stream, we get 1 free space. 50 likes gets us another free space. 75 likes gives us a third free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, that's another free space. But on top of that, you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate the 100 likes on the stream. So you guys are in full control of some ways we can get free spaces, and the rest of us are controlled by Phil and the bizarre body functions as well as I'm begging like the little bitch that he is. Good stuff indeed. Some more things to cover, but I'm going to let AI Phil Burnell pig-splain that for me.
Well, hello there, AI Phil Burnell here in the digital flesh. Here to tell you about Marbles on King Jad's Bingo Baddies stream. To add your name to be part of the Marbles games, use the exclamation point Marbles in chat to see how easy it is to do it. And at the end of the month, a winner will be picked. It's just that easy, like wear a t-shirt under a Hawaiian shirt.
And also on top of that, of course, there is also a link in the description of his live stream. So there we go. In the description right now, you'll see a link to that community post as well. So yeah, just leave a comment in that community post, you'll have your own marble added to the list, and it could very well be your name that wins at the end of the month. And apparently we have 25 likes, so we've got our first free space already. Thank you very much guys for that, very kind of you indeed. Good stuff indeed. Now I think I've covered all the bases, and there's only one thing for me to do, and that's for me to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
I shouted spiders in the house. You don't pay rent! Fuck off!
It's still true. Anyway, good luck everybody, because here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone. It's a new week here on DSP Gaming, and I'm very excited to jump into it head first. We've got 2 new release games that we're continuing with today, and we've got a loaded 6-day streaming week coming up. I've got updates on everything. I got updates on OBS, I got updates on all of the current playthroughs, including...
So this music is on Raw Phil's end. So Raw Phil hasn't stopped his background music yet, so that music you hear in the background is on Raw Phil's end, not me. Also, this music you hear now is my end, but the bongo drums or the fucking, I don't know, whatever the fucking music's going on, you get what I'm saying, this is on Raw Phil.
A surprise beginning of Silk Song, as well as my first impressions on Chronos: The New Dawn. We've also got to talk a little bit about Tokon. That's right, the new Marvel fighting game that had a beta this weekend. And we're going to chill. We're going to get caught up. I'm excited to start this week with the ground running. By the way, the lights are working because, once again, just like I told you last time, I am no longer having my lights dictated by a third-party program. So no problems with tech, I hope. All this and more on today's exciting episode and week-beginning episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Who in the fuck cares? Let's just get past this shitey fucking intro. We have 4 things ticked off already, which is a great start. Remember guys, if I missed anything on this bingo card, please let me know. I don't mean to miss things on the card, but sometimes it happens, so if I fucking happen to miss something and you spot it, tag me in the chat, let me know, tell me what happened, and we can always go back and rewind it and verify if I need to. It's a team effort, this game, it's a team effort. This is not us, this is not the host versus the stream chat, no. We're all in this together, to try and win against Phil and his blurring ass fucking crappy ranting and raving.
Hello. How are you all? I almost choked on my words there, garbled my words. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 7th of September, 2025. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast, the start to a 6-day streaming week for me. I hope that you guys are excited. There's going to be a lot going on this week. A lot of continuing playthroughs. We're going to have some concluding playthroughs, which will actually move the schedule around a bit and have other games be able to jump into the front spots, which I know you guys are going to be excited for. Particularly some playthroughs that I wasn't expecting to do, but in a surprise twist, we tried them this last week. They worked, so why not actually keep them in the rotation, right? So, I'm excited. I hope you are too. First of all, I hope that you all are having a good time this weekend. I know that for many people, this is NFL weekend. I guess the NFL began today in the United States. That's the National Football League, our football, not worldwide football, but our domestic football. And everyone's going crazy talking about, I'm eating wings and drinking beer and watching the games. Yesterday was my wife's birthday. I spent the entire day with her. We were out and about doing a million different things. We went to one of her favorite restaurants and got a nice, delicious dinner. Had some wine together at the end of the night. So it was a nice day for me. For other people, it was Tokon Day. Huh? Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a new fighting game coming out next year, and it's from ArcSys, the people who had made Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear, and BlazBlue. It had a beta yesterday only. It was a closed beta, only for 36 hours. It started 9 p.m. on Friday night and ended this morning at 8 a.m., okay? Well, should I talk about this now? Why not? I was in it because I registered for it like weeks ago. They had announced, registrations for this beta. So I'd signed up for it, but when I did, you had to do it through this weird link. Usually, if you want to sign up for a beta, you go to like a website and fill out a web form saying, your name, your preferred platform, if you have like a YouTube channel, all that stuff. This had none of that. This was click here, log into your PlayStation Network account, which of course I have a long-standing PSN account, put in your details, and that's it. I didn't get an email saying confirm that you're registered for it. We'll let you know. Nothing. So I had no idea that the beta was even going to happen or that I was going to get into it. I was streaming on Friday night, my Friday Night Fight stream. They emailed me to tell me that I was in the Tokon beta while it was already live. That sounds like good timing, doesn't it? Like tell someone in the midst of a very limited timed beta that you're in the beta. Why not tell me like 3 days early so I can plan for it? No, tell me while the beta's going on. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because I was going to spend time with my wife for her birthday. I don't give a crap about the Marvel Tokon beta. My wife's way more important to me than this random ass fighting game. But a 36-hour limited window for a closed beta is...
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Probably the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard, and that's the dumbest fucking beta that's ever been held. I have never in my life heard of a beta that you have to give up an entire day of your life, no matter what, no chance to get into it later. Fuck you, play it or just skip it and miss out. Huh? So I can't have a life? I can't, actually have like responsibilities or a schedule. You're going to send me an email during the beta, so I couldn't even prepare for it, and you expect me to now just change everything in my life for your fighting game. How about this? No, I'm not going to do that. My life is more important to me than your fighting game. If you actually want me to care, you should actually tell me ahead of time. You should actually allow me to plan. You should actually respect my time as a gamer and not try to act like you're more important than me, because you're not. Sorry, Marvel Tokon. Anyway, so I had a great day, and the entire fighting game community dropped everything to play it. I'm serious. They did. Like, because this is all we do. All our eggs are in one basket. So
For someone who doesn't care, it's used to take it very personally. I'm just saying.
Kyle Denson tipped £1. That is right, Pig Roach. Our football, not that one sport where you roll a ball around with your feet for all the short people around the world. and go crazy after waiting 30 minutes for someone to score.
Some of the games are high scoring games, and also tell us, I know there are some American football games which are very low scoring games. Don't try and fucking say that fucking normal, you know, that soccer's boring because sometimes the games are fucking low scoring. There have been some very boring American football games as well. Look, you can get very exciting games in both sports, alright? Sometimes they're fucking great to watch, there's some great spectacles, and sometimes they're a stinker. Whether it's the American football or the proper football. You know, it happens. But yeah. I mean, aren't they always kind of tweaking and changing the rules anyway for American football to try and just make it like... It's not the same as it used to be, they're trying to make it safer, but at the same time it kind of makes it a bit more boring. You know, I don't know, so yeah. Also, a lot of people, I mean, the thing is though, you know, it's American football, it has got a worldwide audience, you know. There are people in the UK that are very excited that the NFL season is starting again, you know. Especially these fucking people that have fantasy football leagues and not trying to try to fucking pick their players and their, you know, all that crap, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's got a worldwide audience, you know. I mean, it's a very entertaining spectacle for sure, you know. And mostly the biggest sporting event in the world every year is the Super Bowl. Like, I don't think anything comes close in terms of like the eyes of the world watching to the Super Bowl. You know, every year if it fails. And yeah, there have been a couple of games in the UK. I believe Wembley hosted at least 1 or 2 games before. I think it's happened for a few years now where we've had a game in the UK hosted. You know, for the NFL, like 2 random American teams will just fucking play the game on British soil. So yeah, it's definitely a growing market here, you know what I mean? They tried to do it for a while. They tried to fucking get like European teams playing American football, and it just didn't really take off, you know. There's some interest, you know what I mean, but it was a completely different level. The quality wasn't there. I think Glasgow had its own fucking team, or Scotland had its own team essentially, like the Claymores. I might be wrong, but I think they definitely tried to have some, like, you know, British teams involved, you know. And I think the Claymores were a fucking team that was based in like in Scotland, whatever, or Glasgow. And yeah, I think it fell apart. It just kind of fell by the wayside. You got to bear in mind though, rugby is kind of a more bigger sport here in the UK. I know rugby, American football, not the same sport, I know, but there's definitely similarities with the sport. So yeah, people tend to lean more towards rugby than American football over here. But of course, the number one popular sport is still actual football.
Dropped everything to play it. I'm serious. They did. Like, oh, well.
Let me rewind this so you can hear Phil's toxic rant. Remember, Phil doesn't care ultimately about this game being on, you know, he was too busy with his real life to take time to play this beta. So it doesn't matter. And he doesn't care. It's something very important to remember. Phil claims he does not care. Now listen to how much Phil does not care.
And not try to act like you're more important than me. Because you're not. Sorry, Marvel Tokon. Anyway, so I had a great day, and the entire fighting game community dropped everything to play it. I'm serious. They did. Like, oh, well, because this is all we do. You know, all our eggs are in one basket, so we've got to drop our lives and change all our schedules around because we got into this beta. So they did. And they played it in the 36 hours, and I saw quite a few people play it, including, what's that guy, Diaphone, the guy who had actually made a video regarding my Street Fighter 6 play early on during the run of Street Fighter 6 2 years ago. He actually won a tournament in Tampa, Florida, which is kind of cool. He won basically the first tournament for the game. You know, throwbacks to back when new releases would come out. Like, remember when Super Street Fighter 4 came out and I entered a midnight tournament for it at a game store and I won with DJ? It's kind of cool to see people, you know, day one be hype. I saw Justin Wong play. I saw Nerd Josh play.
Naturally, Phil had to try and make it about himself. Like, the Diaphone fucking played it. Oh, that is reminiscent at the time, but I felt nobody was thinking about that apart from you. Not one single person on the entire planet was thinking about that fucking thing apart from you. Because I too won a day one release tournament thing in a fucking local mall.
I saw Sonic Fox play, okay? So, just watching a few different videos, here's my impressions, okay? It's definitely the kind of game that's going to get hype. It's big, flashy combos, big explosions, giant damage, okay? It's what people like to watch. I'm just going to emphasize that. It's what people like to watch. But this really harkens back to me to the days of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and or even Dragon Ball FighterZ, where it seems like if you can get one hit in, you can capitalize and get an insane combo. I actually saw someone with Ms. Marvel get like an 80% combo that was like dash up, 3 attacks into a assist that created almost like a wall bounce state. Then she did another 3 attacks into a super. It was 80% damage. what the fuck? It's supposed to be a fighting game. Why are you losing 80% of your character to one simple combo? It wasn't even like, oh, a counter hit combo. You know, no, it was a simple combo. Like, assist, super. 80% damage. In addition, some of the stuff that I've seen, the game looks a little bit more slow than I would have expected. Like, you know, recently we had the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. And so everyone was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The game looks slower than MVC 2. The game kind of looks like it's meant for online play, meaning they built it for rollback netcode. So what does that mean? It means there's going to be pattern play. It means there's going to be simpleton gameplay, easy input, everything easy to execute, nothing tough to do. It just looks like it's a baby's own game. I'm sorry, it looks like it's made for play schoolers. Now, it looks hype, meaning there's going to be big flashy combos. People are going to want to see the superheroes beat the crap out of each other. But it doesn't, to me, look like a competitive fighting game that's going to be like something from you know, yesteryear where there was actually challenge and skill involved. It's just going to be online pattern play again. That's what it looks like to me. Now, again, this is one day of people playing it. They already figured out 80% damage combos, ridiculous strings. Like, basically what it looks like to me is Dragon Ball Fighters with a skin and with some different mechanics when it comes to the assists. Okay? Because there's the stage transitions. A lot of people are very critical of these stage transitions, saying they don't really like them. And that they're basically kind of jarring to the game. Some people are saying the animations are too long, like super animations take forever. And again, it seems like that's because for a crowd, you want the crowd to react when something like that. Again, it seems like this is a crowd pleaser game. This is a game that may have been made, that it's a stream hype game, that when you're streaming it or you're playing it in a tournament, everyone's excited, but when you actually play it, it's just not that good. Again, I harken back to MVC 3, where at first I was hyped for it, and then within that first year of playing it, I just hated it. Like, dude, I don't want a game where every time I get hit, I lose an entire character. Or I activate X Factor, and now I kill your entire character. I thought that was awful for competitive play. So it's rough, man. It's rough for me. I mean, if I was a modern FGC player and all I knew were modern fighting games like Marvel and Dragon Ball and Street Fighter 5 and 6, I'd probably be like, oh, I'm so hyped. But I've played better games. I just played Marvel 2 in the Marvel 2 collection. That, to me, looks like a better game. But these are not the opinions you will hear from the fighting game community. I just want to make this abundantly clear. There are people out there who agree with me on stuff like this, but you'll never hear people in the fighting game community talk about it. Why? Well,
because they're entitled to their own fucking opinions, and just because you have your opinion doesn't make yours fucking right either.
Let's see. I got into the Marvel Tokon beta and I streamed it and I had record high viewer numbers. Everyone was supporting my stream and I made a whole ton of bucket load of fucking money, right? So obviously I'm not going to criticize the game. I'm going to say it's the best fighting game ever so that I can make money. And that's a big difference between back in the day and today. Because back in the day there was no money to be made.
There's the person that keeps fucking quitting games because he's not getting enough fucking money for it. You fucking hypocrites, Phil. You have no fucking right to criticize anyone for fucking doing something for fucking money when you have fucking wage quit many a fucking game this year based on a fucking amount of income you're not fucking getting from your audience.
I'll say that again. Back in the day, there was no money to be made. If you were a competitive fighting game player, you did it for the love of the game. You did it because you enjoyed the games, not because you were going to make a bucket load of money streaming the game. Get it? So, because of that, the entire FGC is kissing this game's ass, even though me watching, I'm like...
But you haven't even played it, and you have an opinion on how the game plays. So basically... So even though you've not touched the game yourself, Phil, you have an opinion which is contrary to other people who have played the game. And because your opinion does not agree with their opinion, they must all be wrong. It's a very unhealthy attitude to have, Phil. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing, but just because they don't agree with your take on it, which by the way, you have no basis for it whatsoever apart from seeing their own gameplay, because you don't even fucking play the game yourself, it doesn't make them wrong, Phil. It doesn't make you wrong either, but you dismissing them, or you to betray them as basically always saying things for financial in the pursuit of money. It's an incredible double standard there, isn't it? It's an incredible double standard from Phil. I mean, look who's fucking talking here.
Doesn't look that good. Again, it really strongly reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which I didn't like. So here we are over a decade later, and it looks like it's a different company releasing a very similar game, and because we haven't had Marvel in a while, it's probably going to do well. I would bet it might even be the biggest fighting game of next year. I'm going to go on record, and I'm going to say it early. I think that Marvel Tokon will likely be the biggest fighting game of 2026. It's going to beat the Invincible game. It's going to beat that 2XKO joke of a game. It's going to beat everything. Even Street Fighter 6, I feel like it might surpass Street Fighter 6. Why? Because it's Marvel characters, and because it has a hype-looking gameplay that when you stream it or you play it in tournament, it's flashy. That doesn't mean that it's going to be amazing, all right? But you won't hear that from the FGC for the most part. I am overgeneralizing.
You've not even played the fucking beta, you dumb bastard. Like, holy fucking shit, Phil. So you're having a go at people who have played the beta because their opinion on the beta is mainly positive that they played, and you're upset because that their footage that you watched them play didn't impress you, even though you've not played the game yourself. But yet, in your opinion, they're saying something purely for financial gain, whereas your opinions, which have no basis in any knowledge on your part, by the way, is apparently factual and honest. It makes no sense, Phil. How can you give a take on a game when you've not played the fucking game or even touched the fucking game? And you're pure, like, so if you don't, okay, here, Phil, you don't seem to like the game. You think the game's not going to fucking be your cup of tea. Don't play it then. How about you just skip that shit and let other people enjoy the game if they want to enjoy the game. Let the people enjoy their flashy game. You don't have to be involved in it. You don't have to get worked over it. You can just bypass it altogether. Since you're not in it for the money, Phil, you can just fucking say, nope, no thanks. This game is inferior to me, in my opinion. I'm going to go back to Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
But if you see these people that are absolutely freaking out about the game, it's like, so what exactly is great about the game?
Burger.
Can you explain in detail what is so amazing about this game? Well, I'll tell you what's amazing about the game. You had a great amount of viewers and you made a lot of money. That's what was great about the game. It doesn't look that good to me. And again, I'm not the only one. It's just the people who have this mentality are old school players who have played better, but they're not prominent in the modern FGC. You know what I'm saying? A ton of the people from my generation retired on purpose. They said, we don't want to play Modern Fighters. They suck. So they just stopped playing. Some of them now are part of the tournament scene where they run tournaments, or they even run arcades, or they do stuff like that, or they just outright retired and don't play anymore. But, you know, in general, these modern fighting games are not it. That's why I've been playing CVS 2 for months, okay? And we're going to talk about that today because, sadly, I hate to say this, we may be taking a break from fighting games. All right, we're going to talk about basically each game in my schedule and talk about what's going on currently with fighters because Friday night stream was not satisfying to me in any way, and I want to talk about that. You know, it sucks. We'll talk about it, though. All right, so let's say good morning to everyone. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Who do we got today? We got Original Grant, Tron Gates Legacy, KT9000, Banana Jose, Chris, good morning. Who do we got? Zixto. Who else do we got? Grandmaster Scrub. Girl Sat, how are ya? Dab Hands, good morning. Hanundrum, how are ya? All right, I say Hanundrum, it's Horundum. I say his name completely backwards. It's Horundum. Thank you, Horundum. Good morning. How's everyone? Over on Kick, who do we got? Maestro David. We've got Phil Loves Fuse, RGB Kings, Brian Freeze. Let's see. We got Real Life Loser. There you go. How's everyone over there? Harvey Dented, that's a good name.
Who fucking
All right, well, I guess we
cares?
should start off with some shout outs here because guess what? We had some early morning support. And I appreciate that. Like the stream was turned on and all of a sudden some people started contributing before I was even talking. I appreciate that very much. That's definitely a good way, you know, to start the week. So we had a few super chats. We had a $10 super chat from Stevester. Thank you to Stevester. And we had 2 $5 super stickers from Harundum. So thank you so much to Harundum. I appreciate that. We have some early morning tips. We start off, let's see here. An anonymous 420 tip to start off today. Completely anonymous and no message attached to it. Just the message was anonymous. So thank you for the 420 tip to start. Appreciate that.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Very cool. Thank you. Let's see here. And then it looks like there was an anonymous $5 tip. Wow, a bunch of tips came in anonymously this morning. It looks like $5. Thank you so very much, whoever the anonymous $5 tipper was. Again, I only see what you put into the body of your message. If you want me to call you by name or give you a shout out, please leave that in the message you send via PayPal, okay? Cool. And then there was a $6.66 tip, also from Anonymous. I don't know if these are all the same person or 3 different people or, you know, there's no way to tell. But thank you. Let's find the 666 animation. That's a unique one. Where the heck is it? Here it is. I almost missed it. There we go. Oh, yeah. En Fuego. Thank you so much. We're up to 35 of support. And then there's a troll. You would think that at one point these trolls would stop with the tips that they know I'm not going to read, but I guess they're just that stupid. I don't take the bait. Okay, so thanks for early support. Let's talk about that. Let's get this out of the way so we don't have to keep bringing it up during the show. Last week, saw some high highs and some low lows. What does that mean? There were some streams last week where we had great attendance, great engagement, absolutely great support, and we hit and exceeded goals. That's why early on last week, when I was expecting to do DSP tries near the middle or end of the week for the Calorie Mate nutritional bars, we ended up doing it right at the beginning. Like, what was it, Sunday, Monday? We ended up doing it right away. Like, whoa, I certainly wasn't expecting that. And because of that, we kind of had to scurry to figure out what the next DSP tries it was going to be. Now, what I thought was, gee, maybe by the end of the week we'll hit another goal, so I need to do something, you know, that'll be earlier on the early side. And so we said, hey, let's do the Return to Katsu Burger, where we go to this business that I went to, a restaurant that I went to in November, where they do Japanese katsu frying to pork, chicken, you know, beef burgers, and more. And it's really unique. They have all these cool things. They call one like the Godzilla burger and stuff like that. We tried one. It was absolutely amazing. All right. So I said that would be a cool thing to return to. But then what ended up happening last week was kind of unpredictable. After the incredibly fast start to last week where we hit tons of goals and everything, it slowed down dramatically. Like, ridiculously dramatically. Like, basically, it was very, very tough for me to hit goals. There were some really tough days where even playing a new release like Metal Gear Solid Delta, hell, even on Friday playing Chronos, the new Dawn, the brand new release, I couldn't hit a support goal. It's not that these streams were not supported. I want to make this clear. It's not the case at all, but we're just getting maybe around $100 or whatever. We're not getting to the 150 goal, all right? So even after hitting the goals so early, we only hit 4 goals all week, okay? Is this the end of the world? No, but obviously this is not a pattern that I want to see keep reproducing itself. I want to get back on track. I want to be hitting goals. I want to be doing reward DSP tries it. So here's the thing, because last week, all right, we had a situation where we barely hit any goals. We're going to change up the DSP tries it reward. It is not going to be Katsu Burger anymore. Because on this Tuesday, September 9th, Taco Bell is releasing a new Decades menu, which will include 2 throwback burritos. One of them I know is chili and cheese. I forget what the other one is. And then they're also going to be doing the Doritos Locos Taco, but not the cheese one that everyone has gotten, but this cool ranch version that apparently they had at one point and then they got rid of. They're also going to have some kind of like an apple empanada dessert. All right. So DSP tries it this week will be when we hit 50 goals, the new Taco Bell Decades menu. All right. And I'm excited for this because it sounds interesting. We haven't had Taco Bell in many, many months. It was actually, I want to say it was like the fall or early this year when we did it last.
Who fucking cares?
So I hope that we will hit that goal sooner rather than later. We can do it as early as Tuesday. If we get a big rally of support, then we will do it as early as Tuesday's daytime stream. But we have to be hitting goals. And I'm happy. Thank you to Stevester, Harundum, and the Anonymous Tipper for the early support today. I really appreciate that. That gets us on the right track. Please, let's hit a goal for this Metal Gear Solid Delta stream and get that momentum flowing. Notably, I will say this. Last week was a very slow week on Kick. And what I mean by that is, usually, even when we have a few slow streams here or there, we do get Kick support in general. We'll get some gifted subs here or there. Last week, man, I don't know what happened. It was so slow over there. Like I said, the beginning of the week, we had one person who was like generous and ended up being a dunce troll, but I keep the support anyway. They're just that stupid. And after that, it was just like dragging the feet all week long. A lot of LARPers were out in full force, meaning they were out to basically be dicks and just basically be toxic and troll people. Here's the funny part, all right? So, all last week, I'm being yelled at, right? Why are you still playing old games? Like, why are you playing Grand Theft Auto, Ballad of Gay Tony? Why are you trying to get this to work? You should be playing the new games. You should be playing Hollow Knight Silksong. You should be playing Chronos. You should be playing the new games. Forget these old games. Drop them. Get them out of the schedule. So what happened on Thursday night was I went to play Ballad of Gay Tony again. It didn't work. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. Let's play Silksong. We did, and it worked really well. Silksong people loved it and said, will you play it more? And I said, yes, we'll play it now. Let's get it in the schedule. So it is official. Hollow Knight Silksong is in the schedule, and we're going to start playing it as a playthrough this week. I want to make that abundantly clear that it is in the schedule, okay? So I make this announcement. All the LARPers come out on Friday. Oh, what a horrible choice. I can't believe you're dropping Ballad of Gay Tony. Oh, but so many people came out and supported just to see Ballad of Gay Tony. Why would you do... Wait a minute. Literally the night before, you were all in the same fucking chat complaining that I was playing Ballad of Gay Tony instead of Silksong. So now I say we're not going to play Ballad of Gay Tony, we're going to do Silksong instead, and you come back the next day to complain and say I shouldn't be playing Silksong? How about this? Go fuck yourself. No one cares about your whiny bitch asses. All you're doing is you are called contrarians. You come to my streams and you sit in the chat LARPing, pretending to be a viewer or a fan, but then, whenever I make a decision, you complain that I did the wrong thing. We're not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not dumb, and I'm not going to sit here and listen to your bullshit. You're just such a whiny bitch, and I don't care. So this week, there will not be any Ballad of Gay Tony. Why? Because it doesn't work with mods. We tried 2-3 different things. It looks like we could possibly get it to work, but is it worth it? Right now, we're in the midst of so many games, right? Metal Gear Solid Delta, Gears of War Reloaded campaign, which you guys said you wanted and actually have been showing up and supporting. We've got Chronos, the new Dawn now beginning, right? We're still continuing with Suikoden 2, which we're about 1/3 through right now. And now, Hollow Knight Silksong came out. I played it for an hour. You guys loved it and want more. So there you go. That's the schedule. I don't see a reason why we should be playing Ballad of Gay Tony right now. Maybe we will go back at some point in the future and do it, but for now, we put so much effort into it, it still doesn't work. I'm tired of it, all right? So this week will be a good week. We'll talk about the schedule in a little bit and how we're juggling it and everything. But it should be a great week. But man, let's please get some goals hit so we can do DSP Tries It. I want to do it as soon as possible. I don't want to be, I'm 2 weeks into this and I go to do it, and then the Decades menu is off the menu. Remember, this has happened a few times. Once we tried to do the Shake Shack hot dog menu, but by the time we hit the goals, it was already done, right? If you remember. So let's go. Let's get some support today. How about this? We got some super chats already. We got some tips already. Let's get our first sub of the week right now over on Kick. Who's going to be the first sub gifter of the week? The leaderboard has reset. Let's get someone to give some subs on Kick to support the stream. And how about this? Let's get someone to either become a member or give some memberships on YouTube. That way we got a little bit of everything, right? A little bit of everything. Let's go. Okay? Let's go. All right. So, good stuff there. I have one little thing I want to bitch to get off my chest, all right? And then we can move on. What we'll do is we'll talk. I want to talk about Chronos, what I think about Chronos, the new Dawn, now that I played it for a stream.
So I love how he just straight out admitting that even though he asked for extra money to do a DLC, he asked for extra money, demanded extra money to do a DLC. He outright told his audience, guys, if you support the streams, if you support GTA 4, I'll commit to playing the Ballad of Gay Tony. He got the money from his audience. They supported him like he asked them to. And because Phil then broke the DLC of his fucking necessity to fucking play the mods, he has not given his audience what they paid for. It is a classic bait and switch from Phil here. Like, I don't understand why he feels compelled to play. Nobody's watching the playthrough for... Like, the Ballad of Gay Tony is one of the best DLCs in any GTA title. Hands down. You know, I cannot think of any DLCs which surpass it from from Rockstar. It's a fantastic, you know, DLC. It's up there with other things, you know, it's like, there's a few DLCs that Rockstar do. When Rockstar do DLCs right, they fucking nail it, you know? Like, when Red Dead Redemption 1 had a fucking zombie fucking shit, John Marston kills back a fucking zombie. Bizarre as that fucking was, that DLC is pretty fucking nuts, you know? And also Balligatone as well. You know, that's what it's called. Undead Nightmare. Undead Nightmare, that's what it's fucking called. I couldn't remember the fucking name of it, but Undead Nightmare, yeah. That's what I'm saying. When Rockstar do fucking DLCs right, man, they fucking nail it to fucking perfection. You know? And Balligatone as well as Lost and Damned, very good DLCs too. Very enjoyable DLCs. And even fucking going back to, I can go back even further. So who played Grand Theft Auto London? So there was technically it was a DLC. It was technically sold as a standalone game, but it wasn't really, because you had to use the Grand Theft Auto disc, I believe. Was it GTA 1 or GTA 2? I can't remember exactly what game you required. Yeah, it was a top. So these are the very early Grand Theft Auto titles. The very early Grand Theft Auto titles where it was top-down view, and there was a game, a separate sell-on game, GTA London. It was set in like the 1960s or whatever. You know, where you can fucking drive about like fucking top-down like London. And there's all sorts of bizarre little fucking cool wee stories and missions as well and that shit. You know what I mean? It was just basically, I think it was great. Steve thinks it was after GTA 2. Yeah, that makes sense to me, actually. That makes sense to me. So basically, it was powered off the GTA 2 game engine, essentially. But then you would fucking just swap discs, and you'd put in the GTA London disc. GTA 2 and GTA London were two completely separate things. I need to show you guys. Hold on. Some people don't believe me. I need to fucking show it. I need to prove it. Hold on. GTA London. Yeah, that's what it's called. GTA London 1969. That's what it's fucking called. I told you, motherfuckers. It's real. And even it's a little cutscenes and all that shit of all the GTA cutscenes from the first couple of GTA titles are fucking terrible. But yeah, look at that shit. So this is the intro for it, okay? Fuck it, we'll watch the intro for it, you know what I mean? But this is his own fucking thing. So this was not GTA 2, but it was powered with GTA 2. Rockstar! Yay! Rockstar! Yeah, and then just that. Grand Theft Auto Mission Pack 1, London 1969. It is insane. And they had all sorts of fucking shit, man. Like, it's like, a lot of people enjoyed, like, you know, remember the James Bond? So no James Bond car. The fucking car. So this came out around the same time as Austin Powers, you know, when he was driving that like fancy little British car, and that car's in this game. Jesus, it's so hard to describe, you know what I mean? But if you like skip ahead to like some things or whatever, it's just basically GTA 2 but with a fucking London map. This was sold as a separate thing. Set in 1969. I don't mean to click on that. What have I clicked on? Shit. I clicked on the wrong fucking thing. Go away. And yeah, there you fucking go. Can we get a cutscene? Let's fucking just see like some of the language used for the cutscene. I don't know if I'll actually be able to find any. The cutscene's very few and far between. I don't remember that much, but yeah. Jesus, man. These are all missions in the fucking mission pack or whatever, you know. It's fucking crazy shit, you know. Like, in the traffic as well, you drove on the other side of the road like you would in London. Look at you driving on the left-hand side of the road here. Little Mini Cooper there. Little Mini Coopers in the fucking cut in the game. Yeah, sorry if I can go as it did. Oh hell, man, it's great stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though this game existed, you know, and technically, I consider that DLC. It wasn't a standalone game, but it technically was like DLC. You paid a bit extra to get a standalone pack, wherever you fucking load up GTA 2, and it would use GTA 2's game engine like resources, or whatever, and then you just swap discs and you can fucking play GTA London. Absolutely great stuff, you know what I mean? So Rockstar are fantastic at doing DLCs when they put the effort into it. Oh hell, that's a trip to the memory lane right fucking there. And also, as I said, in my opinion, GTA 2 is probably one of the... You'd be surprised how intelligent the AI is in GTA 2. If you've never played it, I would recommend it.
I want to talk about the schedule because Silksong's in the schedule now, and now I want to do some Q&A. But basically, one little thing to get off my chest, okay? So 2 weeks ago, as I was beginning to start a stream here, I got a pop-up that said, hey, update OBS, there's a new beta out, and this beta gives you a new feature.
Oh, who cares, Phil? We don't care. This does not affect your audience whatsoever, Phil. This only affects you.
Your chair will be automatically removed when you turn on the background removal tool. Now, for those who don't know what the background removal tool is, it's this. Okay? As you can see, my other camera here is in the shot. Let me turn it off. There we go. So the background removal tool cuts out my background and has something behind me, and this is what I use for when I do gameplay. You know, for example, when I'm over here. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. When I'm over.
Hang on. Damien says that Phil just said Q&A. Shit, did he say Q&A? I completely didn't hear him say that. Did Phil say Q&A? Never mind. My bad. I just want to make sure, you know, so I couldn't hear at all.
So, good stuff there. I have one little thing I want to bitch to get off my chest, all right? And then we can move on. What we'll do is I want to talk about Chronos, what I think about Chronos to do Dawn now that I played it for a stream. I want to talk about the schedule because Silksong's in the schedule now, and now I want to do some Q&A. But
oh, that's what I said. Okay, my bad. I completely blanked out. Great spot. Thank you, Damien, for spotting that. Fantastic stuff. I appreciate that. Q&A. And also, Phil was about to say example as well.
Basically, one little thing to get off my chest, okay? So 2 weeks ago,
say it, Phil.
As I was beginning to start a stream here, I got a pop-up that said, hey, update OBS, there's a new beta out, and this beta gives you a new feature. Your chair will be automatically removed when you turn on the background removal tool. Now, for those who don't know what the background removal tool is, it's this. Okay? As you can see, my other camera here is in the shot. Let me turn it off. There we go. So the background removal tool cuts out my background and has something behind me, and this is what I use for when I do gameplay. You know, for example, when I'm over here.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Oops, I hit the wrong thing. When I'm over here. Hello. Now, as you can see, I'm transparent today. I should turn that off because in order to remove my chair, I need to use a green screen effect, and I put a cover on my chair so that my chair is not in the shot, and it's just me in the shot. But the problem is I have to keep putting on the cover on my chair and use this green screen effect, and it's not perfect. Sometimes it causes issues and stuff. So obviously, what I would like to do, is have it be more streamlined and not have that issue. So they updated OBS 2 weeks ago and said the NVIDIA background removal tool has been updated in OBS. Now it's supposed to take your chair out automatically. So if this is the case, I wouldn't need to have the green screen. I wouldn't need to have the cover on my chair. It would just work by itself. It's been improved. AI has been improved to get rid of your chair. Oh, great. Let's do it. So I update OBS. I go to use it. Oh, my Stream Deck doesn't work at all. What is my Stream Deck? Well, I tried lifting it the other day, and I can't get it in the shot here because the USB cable isn't long enough. But basically, Stream Deck, here it is. You can see it. It's a device here.
I tried lifting it the other day, and it makes it sound like it's some very massively heavy fucking... Like, it's the lightest thing in the fucking world. It is the lightest device in the fucking planet. It's practically a feather. I tried lifting it the other day. I couldn't get it in shot. The darn thing is just so darn heavy.
That I use has buttons on it, and what Stream Deck is, it's by Elgato, and it is a device that allows you to control your stream remotely using all these buttons. So with Stream Deck, I start recording and I stop recording. I switch between scenes like this, okay, or the gameplay screen. I can switch all around. Okay, I can play effects. I can do different epic close-ups. Okay, it's pretty cool. I definitely like Stream Deck, and since I started using it, it has dramatically improved my setup, and my shows are better. Everything's better. Okay, without Stream Deck, I could still do all of this, but I would have to be manually clicking around all these options in OBS, which is tedious. It's slower to do, and it's basically not as on the fly. I wouldn't be able to just transition to a scene quickly. I'd have to look around the menu to find it and shit. And
so, let's just try and cut through Phil's fucking bullshit, okay? This is an offer that the updated OBS is offering people if they have the technical capability of implementing it. I don't think Phil's NVIDIA graphics card is advanced enough to actually fucking implement this, which means you can't do it. And so, because it's a potential feature for people that do have a good graphics card, because Phil's graphics card is not as up to date as more modern ones, he's upset that it doesn't work for him. I think that's the long and short of it.
To be honest, that's what I did for a very long time, and I didn't like it. So Stream Deck has been a huge improvement. I don't want to stream without Stream Deck. It would be like going 10 steps back, okay, from all these improvements that I've done. So I updated OBS. Oh, Stream Deck doesn't work. Why not? Well, Stream Deck is made by Elgato. It's not the company that makes OBS, open broadcast software. And for this to work, they need to give you a plugin that lets that work, okay? So, you know, let me see, is there an updated plugin? No. So basically, OBS updates, but now nothing is working properly with it. Stream Deck won't work, okay? So I tried again last week. It was like a week later. There's still no plugin update. So I still cannot use the updated version of OBS. I still can't use the updated background removal tool. It still doesn't work. This morning, I opened up OBS to stream. Oh, new update. So now it's updated again. OBS beta 2 now. So it's not just the beta from 2 weeks ago. Now there's an update to the beta. Performance improvements, bug fixes, all this. Okay, cool. I downloaded it. I gotta do it. Stream Deck still doesn't work. It's been over 2 weeks. There's still no update. So I cannot use any of these updates for OBS because Stream Deck will not work with them. What the hell is the problem? Why are we dragging our feet? See what I mean? Like, what is going on? I don't get it. I don't understand how this works. Again, I'm new to all this technology. Usually I don't do the updates right away. I hold off from them just in case there's problems. In this case, there's something that I distinctly want out of the new OBS. I want this feature. I don't want to have to put the green screen on my chair. I don't want to have different things that don't work as well. I want to use the new technology. I want to use the updated AI. And I can't because Stream Deck hasn't released the stupid plugin yet. So it sucks. So today, for example, I'm wearing a green shirt. Guess what that means? I can't use the green screen, which means today when I play Metal Gear and I play Chrono...
You know, you could just not wear fucking green. Like, you actually have the power to control what you fucking wear on your streams, Phil. Just saying.
You have to see the chair in the shot, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. I wish that I could have it go away, but I can't. That's just how it works. I'm stuck right now. Hopefully they will update it. I don't understand what's taking them so damn long. So hopefully they do update it soon, and I'll be able to use it. But for now, I can't. Okay? John, thank you for re-upping your membership. That membership from John actually is an active one, and we can count that towards the stream. That's a $3 support right there. So now we got everything but a sub. Can we get a sub on Kick, please? Can the viewers on Kick stop being schlubs and actually support? That would be great. Let's get our first sub of the week right now. I'm serious. We already got a membership. We already got tips. We already got super chats. Let's get some support from the people who watch me on Kick every day.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
And get it for free. Let's go.
Phil invests his money in terrorism, and Phil's a drug dealer. So I'm having a dream
Okay.
that basically people are saying...
One other thing, because people keep bringing this up, and I do want to bring it up because it's been talked about all week. So last week, the White House, you know, the presidential branch of our government, or I guess it's called the executive branch of our government, posted up an actual public post on social media stating that it is now official. They've changed the tax code, and tips will no longer...
I'm going to count this as a beg. I'm just going to count this as a beg. I'm going to wind it. I'm going to count this as a beg because I'll say it refers to Phil and money and support. So I'm going to count this as a fucking beg. Hold on, I was going to wind it.
So last week, the White House, you know, the presidential branch of our government, or I guess it's called the executive branch of our government, posted up an actual public post on social media stating that it is now official. They've changed the tax code, and tips will no longer be taxable in the United States. Meaning if you're someone who receives tips, you're not going to pay tax on them anymore. All right? And you might say, really? Well, what does this include? Well, the White House actually clarified. Seriously, they clarified. They said, this includes, you know, waiters and waitresses, bartenders, all these people who get tips, but they also specifically called out digital content creators. What? Yeah, they called out digital content creators and said if you receive tips, they are not taxable income anymore. Wow. Well, that's a huge change. Not paying taxes on tips. Now, here's the thing, and this is the big confusion that's going on right now, okay? It's not that simple. It would be great to say, oh, if you tip a content creator, they don't have to pay tax on it anymore, so that's the preferable way to support. You should do that because you're going to help out that content creator a lot more, right? Well, with tax code, it's never simple. Like, literally, it's never simple. So, number one, okay, what is a tip? Right now, at this very moment, Lance Catamaran just gifted a sub on Kick. That's our first sub of the week. Thank you, Lance. Is that a tip? If you super chat me right now on YouTube, is that a tip? If you send me a tip via PayPal directly to my PayPal, is that a tip? If you pledge to my Patreon, is that a tip? Here's one thing I can outright tell you is not a tip. If you buy merchandise from my darksidefilled.shop store, there's no way that could ever be considered a tip. That's an actual purchase of a piece of merchandise that you're going to receive. Therefore, that would never be considered a tip, okay? But the question is, out of all the other things, all these ways of getting income, what is actually a tip and what isn't, right? You don't know. Do you know? I don't know. No one knows yet because this is brand new. Never before has there been a tax consideration for tips for digital content creators, right? So here's the thing. If it's every contribution, right, then I guess it doesn't really matter how you contribute. Everything's great. But don't you think
5 in a row, that's concerning.
that if it's only specific tips, like let's say they say only direct contributions to a creator, you can't go through a third party like YouTube and get something out of it. They could argue and say, well, you see, if you do a super chat on YouTube, there's a message that pops up in the chat and you purchase that as your transaction, that's not a tip. Or if you get a sub on Kick, you purchased a subscription-based service via Kick, that's not a tip, you purchased a subscription, you see? As opposed to, oh, I just want to send someone a tip directly via PayPal, that's considered a tip, that's not taxable. The answer to these questions is no one knows yet. It's going to be up to tax professionals, accountants, all these people are going to have to dig into the new law and actually figure out how to figure this out, okay? No one knows yet. No one actually knows what's considered a tip.
Who fucking cares?
Lance Cadmoran, thank you for the first sub of the week. Let's get you on the leaderboard. Now, another thing that a lot of people aren't talking about.
Well, here's my own understanding of things from what I gathered. You know, this is my own interpretation of it, but I could be wrong. Obviously, I'm in the UK, right? So when I get given support, you know, by you guys, if you guys, you know, contribute to the streams, for example, PayPal is like a flat rate when it comes to PayPal things. Like, if I get tipped, like, for example, Kel Denson tipped £1 earlier on, which is obviously very kind of him. I automatically don't, I get some, I don't get the pound though, if that makes sense. Like, I get like 95 pence, I think. Or so 89, so I get 89 pence of that. So 11 pence goes to PayPal, and the rest of it goes to me. So I get 89 pence of that £1 tip that Kel Denson gives, for example. YouTube is different, of course. YouTube automatically take, I believe, like 30% of the support you get via support through their means. So YouTube super chats, YouTube memberships, and all that jazz. YouTube automatically take a cut, you know. So, and that's just automatically taxed at my end from what I see, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure that YouTube do that across the world though. Like YouTube will implement that sort of policy, I'm pretty certain, around the world. So YouTube will also calculate what they take from like taxes, for example, in America. Like they'll get their slice straight away, I think, whether you're in America or in the States or in the UK or whatever you're in the world. So there you go. But it's always complicated, obviously. You know, I mean, it's like, it is extremely complicated. It depends where you are in the world as well. Depending where you are globally, it can really impact on how much you owe as well when it comes to things like fucking taxes. Some Irish content creators found out this very thing to their fucking detriment, you know, because they end up having to pay a lot of money in taxes, like, because they were based in Ireland or whatever, and that fucking hit them very hard. It's a bit messy at times, for sure. What I think is going to happen is that it's probably going to count towards tips, like PayPal tips. I think, you know. But I'm guessing anyway.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
No, Nato Ronan's popular 16-month bingo barrier membership to try and clarify. It's only up to 25,000 of no taxes, not all tips. Even then, I would argue that Phil Burnell these days anyway struggles to get that much in tips. When you break down the money he gets these days, since tips are no longer the fucking sole priority for him to count things towards his goals, he's got a lot less tips. You know, the support he gets is quite literally diversified since he has enabled super chats to count towards things and memberships to count towards things and kick things, you know, all that crap, you know. So I would argue his tips have gone down drastically to the point where he might be able to hit that threshold and stay within it. And Damien brings a good point. What about Kick subs that they count as tips? Kick also take their own cut though, have we got to bear in mind? Like for Phil anyway, like it's $5 for a Kick sub. He keeps $4.95 and Kick takes 5 cents. I think that's how it goes, you know. But Phil just counts it as $5 anyway. But yeah, I think Kick takes a very small percentage of that at their own end or whatever, and for them that's enough. It's strange how it works, you know. I don't understand why certain companies have certain percentages and what they take or whatever for their. Yeah. Long story short, for me anyway, I'm not too personal. It doesn't really affect me much at all because even though I'm a content creator, you know, like I like the only money I get is not via, you know, I have no ads, for example. If I get money, it's because you guys give me money. It's as simple as that. You know, so I don't talk about fucking ad revenue or whatever, and like, oh, what's the value of a tip or whatever. No. Things are usually taxed at my end anyway, automatically.
Because they didn't actually read the law. The law is written in a really weird way that is very confusing. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that, by the way, I was just gifted, I believe, 5 subs by Extra Bondage. Thank you so much to Extra Bondage for 5 gifted subs over on Kick. Let me get that on the leaderboard. So what's confusing about the law? The law says things such as this. As of next year, payment processors such as PayPal will not be required to provide tax documentation to anyone who receives tips or funds under $20,000 or under 200 transactions. Okay?
Or under 200 transactions. Oh, that might hurt Phil. Phil definitely gets more than 200 transactions in his PayPal. Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, Phil exceeds 200 separate transactions in his PayPal every year. You know, that is going to hurt him. Unless he fucking changes accounts or some pish. So yeah, that's an interesting one there, but I think that might scunner him a little bit there. That might really scunner him a bit there. Nato, I think Nato's trying to post a link. I'm not sure. Actually, you've got me in Discord, haven't you? So just use it over in Discord. If you're able to Discord me. Actually, I see what I see what you might put it in my Discord. Hold on. So Nato Ronin has shared this from what they found on Discord. Also, Ray and Lemur shared a bunch of things as well. I'll go for it later on. The sound files. But yeah, so let's break this down here and see what. So here we go. Hi, public tax accountant here. This tweet is extremely misleading. For those donations to be non-taxable, they would have to be separately reported as tips. Currently, streamers are treated as contractors that receive a 1099 NEC instead of a W2, and don't have a way to separately report tips from other income derived from streaming ad revenue subscriptions due to the way that 1099s are formatted. It's not as simple as streamers tracking the donations amount separately. You would need a 1099 to specifically and separately mark those earnings as tip income. Oh balls, this is a lot of words. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm fucking reading here. What else do we have here? Where was I? This classification from the government only designates streaming as a customarily tipped occupation, which is one of the requirements for someone to take advantage of the deduction, no tax on tips. On top of all that, it's important to point out that this deduction is capped at only $25,000 and is phased out by $100 for each $1,000 that the taxpayer's adjusted gross income exceeds $150,000. So $160,000 AGI equals only able to count $24,000 as non-taxable. Lastly, it currently appears that all those earnings would still be subject to self-employment tax that is levied on top of normal taxes for earnings by non-employees 1099 contractors. I highly doubt streamers will be able to take advantage of this change unless the government substantially changes the information that is reported on 1099s. Wanted to post this to prevent any small streamers from listening to bad info and spending money they should still be saving for taxes. There we go. I have no idea what I just read. Most of that was just gibberish that went over my fucking head, but there you go. As I said, for me it's kind of automatic because like the money I get, like also PayPal is PayPal, and it's like even then that's quite, it's not a lot. So it's like you're talking like, you know, maybe 15-20 quid a month on PayPal I might get, you know what I mean? So it's definitely small bananas in the grand scheme of things. But the majority of support I get is usually for YouTube, you know, with you guys supporting via memberships or super chats or whatever. So yeah, and YouTube automatically takes their own cut from it anyway for like, you know, tax reasons or whatever. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, so good stuff indeed. I'm just trying to understand what I was saying there and understand what I was reading here. And David is asking, does those chargebacks count as transactions as well? That's a fucking different kettle of fish entirely. Chargebacks. Chargebacks, man. Oh no, fuck me. Chargebacks could really fucking change things. Imagine paying tax on something you didn't get charged back for. You'd feel a bit wrong, don't you?
So I want you to think about that. $20,000 to 200 transactions. Well, if you're someone who makes a living based on tips, what if you're a waiter? What if you're a bartender, right? Well, anyone who gets a tip regularly, right? Basically, you do how many, you know, transactions a day? Let's say you're a waiter and you wait tables. Probably during one shift, let's say you work a 6-hour shift, right? You're probably going to have 10 to 20 customers during that shift. Each customer will leave you a tip. So that's 10 to 20 transactions in one day. So now, if you work for a living, literally within a month, you're going to have probably hundreds to thousands of tips. if the law is saying, oh, it's only
Well, I don't think you understand. Like, I don't think he understands what it's like to be a fucking waiter. According to Phil Burnell, waiters are given thousands of tips per month. No, I'm not talking about the value of the tips. I'm just saying waiters are given like thousands of tips a month.
within a month, you're going to have tips. So that's 10 to 20 transactions in one day. So now, if you work for a living, literally within a month, you're going to have probably hundreds to thousands of tips. If the law is saying, oh, it's only exempt up to 200 transactions, what? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Anyone who actually makes a living off of tips, that means that they wouldn't be eligible for the tax exemption? Does that make
from my understanding, a lot of restaurants have some sort of policy where they basically pull the tips together at the end of the fucking night and share them out. Like, different places will have different fucking formats and how they fucking deal these things. You know, sometimes the tips are automatically... It's not usually that the tip goes into someone's pocket, you know? A lot of places will have it, so it's like, they'll just all get pulled together. So at the end of the fucking night, you count all the tips and you divvy up between everyone, you know, waiters, you know, maybe the cooks as well, whatever, not shit, you know what I mean? And everyone gets a fair share, you know? Also, it depends on the place as well, you know? It's not all places will operate a sort of thing. Some places will have their own sort of policies and all that jazz.
any sense? What about...
So in that regard then, that would to me count as one tip. If that makes sense. If a place is operating in that sort of way, that's essentially one tip for that day, one big tip of everything combined.
The $20,000, okay? So $20,000 supposedly is this threshold, right? Can you make a living only making $20,000 a year? No, not in the United States. So if you make more than 20 grand, you're not exempt from taxes? You see what I'm saying? It's completely confusing. No one understands the law yet, and what's going to have to happen is actual tax professionals will have to mess around with it to figure this out. What is exempt, what isn't exempt? Here's what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong because I'm not a tax professional, all right? Here's what I'm thinking.
No, really, Phil? That just blows me away. I thought Phil was a fucking expert in this sort of shit.
The law is only going to apply probably for around $20,000, and then it cuts off. Meaning, if you get tips, $20K will not be taxed by the U.S. government. Anything over $20K will still be taxed by the U.S. government, okay? Transactions. This is bizarre to me. I don't see how there could be a transactional limit because someone can literally receive $201 tips or someone can get $200,000 tips. The number of transactions should make no sense at all. Zero. It shouldn't have affected at all because you don't know the amount. I think it should be a dollar threshold.
No. He definitely doesn't like it. So the number of transactions would completely fuck him over. That's why he's pissy about it.
And I think ultimately that's what's going to end up being. It's going to end up being some kind of a dollar amount. So ultimately, does this mean that people who make a living on tips are now not going to have to pay taxes at all? No, I don't think so. I think what's happening is the U.S. government is going to give people who get taxes a break. Okay? You'll have to pay less taxes. It doesn't mean that you're going to pay no taxes. All right? So ultimately, someone who's a full-time creator, sure, they may push you towards, hey, please tip me. But ultimately, once they hit that 20K of income, it doesn't matter how you contribute. Otherwise, the taxes are all going to be the same again. So ultimately, in a year, it's not going to be a big deal. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, just tip me. Don't contribute any other way. I'm not going to say that. That's stupid. Because at one point, you're going to hit the threshold. It's not going to matter anymore. There you go. Now, the way I see it, I really feel like it's going to have to be analyzed and looked at before we know. So, no, I'm not going to say to you guys, hey, just tip me now because I don't have to pay taxes on it. That'd be incredibly stupid. In fact, you're not going to hear me mention this at all. But I'm going to say next year, when I go to start filing my taxes, obviously, I'm going to have to talk to my tax guy and be like, listen, a big chunk of what I get is considered tips. You know, not super chats, not subscriptions, not memberships, but actual just direct tips. Is that what we're talking about? Do I need to break these out for you? Do I have to actually show you the transactions? Because, I mean, I could pull up my PayPal account balance and stuff and send it to my tax guy, but I don't know how this is going to work. And if it's 200 transactions, it's absolutely stupid. Like, no lie, within like a week, I probably get 200 transactions. So, it's really not going to help me at all.
Whoa. Phil is trying to claim that within a week, he has 200 transactions on his PayPal account. No, not on stream you don't. That's news to everyone. Even at the height of Phil's popularity, when he relied on tips to count towards everything, I think it would have been a very good week for him if he got 200 separate transactions in a week that was given to him. 200 separate fucking donations via PayPal in a week. I'm not sure of those numbers. I'm not entirely sure. Those numbers are fucking add not much to me. For Phil to admit that is very strange.
So I guess we'll see. But I think people keep bringing it up in my chat. They keep saying, oh, how's this going to affect you? Did you hear about the good news? I'm like, no one knows anything right now. No one understands it. This happens every time that they change the tax code. Everyone scratches their head like if it's going to benefit them or not. Like originally, when Trump first became president back in, what was it, 2016? A lot of people thought that...
Oh, my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much, Nathan Ronan, for the $5 super chat, who's been doing some more digging, and they said they're looking at the IRS website. It doesn't mention anything about a threshold of transactions. It just mentions about the 25k. He's an idiot. He reads nothing. I mean, to be honest, you know, it's like it's hard to understand how this is going to be implemented properly and effectively. Obviously, just say it's fair game. Just saying, okay, we're not going to tax tips. Okay, cool, but how do you implement that? And not just obviously as a content creator, but fucking, there are so many different professions out there that rely on tips. You know what I mean? So how? I'm saying, how are they going to fucking police that, monitor that, and make sure the law is working effectively, so no one is accidentally fucking breaking the tax laws? I don't know. It just it's one thing to fucking say they'll do this. It's another thing entirely to try and fucking implement it.
When Trump first became president back in, what was it, 2016? A lot of people thought that the taxes were actually going to get worse. But for me, they got better. I don't know why, but taxes actually got better. I was under the impression, you know, all the media...
Well, I can tell you why, Phil. Because you are a certain... So basically, Trump looks after the people who are well off financially. You know, so it's just a case of just the rich look after the rich, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Phil's taxes would have gotten better simply because he earns a certain amount of money, which means that the ones that are earning quite a decent amount of money are better off. That's my taking it anyway. But yeah, it's natural for you know, I don't know. You would think that the fucking people who can afford it would pay their dues more. Like, there's a politician in the UK right now. It's I can't mind. I was reading about him earlier on. So, new politician. I think he's a leader of the I'm not sure, he's either the Green Party or something. I'm not sure. What's his fucking name? I can't mind who it was. I was reading about him earlier on. He wants to implement a 1% wealth tax on people that have a certain amount of money. If they've got a certain amount of money, he thinks 1% of their wealth should be directly fucking going towards, like, fucking, you know, tax is not a shit, you know? On paper, it sounds good. You know? On paper, you know, it sounds like a very reasonable thing. Oh yeah, sure, the rich can afford it, so why not get them paying more money for things that are, you know, necessity, you know, and public service is not a shit. But that just would then encourage those people not to want to live in the UK. Because, oh, if we're living in the UK and we're getting taxed so heavily, we'll just fuck off somewhere else and we'll just fucking live somewhere where we're not going to get taxed as much. I mean, it's one thing for saying tax the rich not shit, but then the rich will just fuck off and take the money elsewhere and you won't get any of that fucking shit. I don't know, but yeah. I'm sorry, I got a bit wrong. So, everyone got a tax break under Trump. Okay, so, and then Ben Hack says people are pissed because Trump also gave a tax break to the rich. Well, I mean, to be expected, you know. But yeah, it's been an absolute shit show. You know what I mean? Like, politics. It's a fucking. I don't know. I don't trust politicians, as you guys know. Like, I'm not a big fan of Trump. I'm not a big fan of politicians in general. You know. Like, most of them are fucking just out for themselves to serve their own fucking interests or serve the fucking interests of those that got them into power in the first place. They don't care about people like you and me, usually. You know? It's a bit of a fucking negative attitude, I know, but it's just... It's like, at the end of the fucking day, they're looking after their own interests because they want to fucking hold on to the fucking power they've got.
Was saying, oh, your taxes are going to get so much worse because of Trump and all this, and then he made the tax change, and my taxes got better. Now, I'm not rich. It's not like I'm a billionaire. But everything you hear is, oh, well, because the tax code changed.
I'm not rich. It's not like I'm a billionaire. No, he didn't say millionaire. I'm not rich. It's not like I'm a billionaire. Do you think millionaires say that sort of thing? Yeah, if people win the fucking lottery, the first thing they'll say is, well, I'm not rich. You know what I mean? But it's not like I'm a billionaire or anything, you know what I mean? There's very few billionaires on the fucking planet. So it's interesting that Phil would fucking compare himself to, like, billionaires. Phil has made 6 figures every single year doing YouTube content creation for the past 15 plus years. Doing YouTube, and obviously YouTube and Twitch and everything else combined, he has made probably about $2 million plus. So, Phil's not a millionaire, but he probably should be. And if he was more sensible financially, then perhaps he would be. But then again, if Phil was smart with his fucking money, then he wouldn't be a fucking lolcow. It wouldn't be fucking. We wouldn't be sitting here fucking laughing and pointing at him.
Only billionaires are affected and they get big bonuses. Well, my taxes went down. So what are you talking about? A lot of the times what you hear is just blatant misinformation because of political bullshit reasons. It's very hard as an American citizen to even know what the hell's going on because half the time when you try to get actual news or facts, you're getting political spin with the news and facts, so you don't know what to believe. So for me, the way I see it,
that's a fucking flaw of the system in America in the first place because the news exists to fucking sell news. And yes, you got fucking left wing and right wing, but on top of that as well, there's a thing. So some countries have a thing where you're not allowed to fucking just stand at a podium politically anyway. Politicians in some places are not allowed to fucking outright lie about the things they're saying. You know what I mean? If they're in a position of power and authority. I don't think that really exists in America. If that makes sense, you know? You're allowed to basically say things and spin things in a certain way, even in positions of authority in America, because, you know, I guess maybe if I can point to freedom of speech, if I can get away with not having to be held accountable for telling the truth. I don't know. But yeah, obviously it probably depends on the circumstances as well. If you're under oath, then naturally you're compelled to fucking confess, you know, truthful things to the best of your knowledge, or else you're fucking going against that. But whenever you fucking see Trump, at some news conference, there is nothing preventing him from just basically fucking saying whatever he wants, even if he knows it's a fucking lie. Like but different places will. Like I said, different countries have certain levels of accountability for their elected leaders, for the things that they can and cannot say or shouldn't say, or whatever, depending on. But yeah, America was a case of like, yeah, fuck it, you know, freedom of speech, just let fucking politicians say whatever they want. And you got JD Vance admitting to fucking war crimes, effectively, you know what I mean, because of blowing people in the fucking middle of the Caribbean, because apparently they're 1,500 miles away. But they're coming right for us, blossom at the fucking the ocean. Yeah, so trial and due process also not a thing anymore, I guess, in America. Yeah, but yeah, I am very cynical when it comes to politics, you know. You know, and it doesn't matter if it's fucking America or UK. In the UK today, somebody apparently was arrested because they called somebody a muppet. So. I don't know, they're all going to fucking hell.
Any benefit to taxes is good, right? Any discount you're going to get, anything you don't have to pay is a great change. But first of all, does it affect right now or does it only affect next year? I'm under the impression that it only affects next year, not now, because you can't retroactively apply a law. So if the law goes into effect now, it's going to affect 2026 taxes, not 2025. So I won't even see a benefit for this for a couple of years. You see? So everyone freaking out. No reason to freak out about this topic. We don't know enough about it yet to really make any kind of a determination. Okay? Okay, cool. All right, so let's continue, shall we? So thank you guys so much for the early support. Much appreciated. We're now starting off today with a great $68 head start. That is absolutely amazing. Can we get to $100 by the end of the podcast? If we do, then we would only have to raise $50 during Metal Gear, and it will be an easy job to do. So can we hit $100 by the end of the show? Thank you so much to Extra Bondage and Lance Catamaran over on Kit. Thanks to the Anonymous Tipper. Thanks to Stevester and Harundum. Thanks to John for re-upping his membership. Thanks, everybody. Can we get some more momentum and get 100 by the end of the show? Let's find out. Okay,
Who fucking cares?
Now, one thing that I want to talk about is Chronos: The New Dawn. Okay, this is the new survival horror game by Bloober Team, the makers of games like Blair Witch, but then they also made recently Silent Hill 2 Remake. So some great stuff and some not so great stuff in there, right, in their repertoire. And then they had Medium as well, and I thought that Medium was kind of middle of the road. Like I think the game played well and looked good, but the ending sucked. Like the writing sucked, basically. Okay. So what are my thoughts about Chronos? Let's talk about it for just a few minutes. So Chronos: The New Dawn is a confusing game. I played it for about 3.5 to 4 hours. I still don't really know what's going on. There's someone that's called the Traveler. Is it the Traveler? I think it's the Traveler or the Visitor. I can't remember. But basically, you play this character, and you don't even know who you are. Okay, you're sent to this location supposedly in Poland, and when you arrive, everything there is locked in the 1980s. All the technology and everything. But you can see, basically, the world ended. Everyone died and turned into mutated monsters and freaks. It looks like a nuke hit, but not really. What actually happened was some kind of a weird infection hit the people and started mutating them, and they all started killing each other off until everyone basically mutated and turned into monsters. So you show up, and you're trying to kill the monsters and get to the bottom of what happened while you're also apparently seeking out a particular human, all right? But the weird part is, after playing it for that first stream, at the very end of the stream, so we're like 4 hours in, you go into a rift, and you come out of the rift, in the past before the infection spread and the world ended. So there's time travel in the game, hence the name Chronos. Get it? Chrono has to do with time, you know, chrono trigger, chronological. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize.
Fucking shout out to fucking Latin.
Realize that. Like, I actually didn't realize that there was a time travel mechanic to the game.
You stupid bastard.
So I thought the game was set in the 1980s. It's not. It's set in the future. But you go back in time to try to find people in the 1980s before the outbreak happened, okay? So that's interesting, and I can't wait for more because I'm interested in the story and to see where it goes. I would argue that the atmosphere, the graphics, the creepiness, and the story is the best part of Chronos. I would argue that the worst part of Chronos, sadly, is the combat. The combat leaves a lot to be desired. It's incredibly basic so far. So basically the combat of Chronos is, there's enemies that come after you, and they either spit projectiles or they have long arms they try to like hit and grab you with, okay? You need to get out of their way, duh, don't get hit. Now there's no dodge, you're clunky tank controls, similar to like an old school survival horror game. Now it's not like Resident Evil where you're on an axis, but you are slow. There's no like fast run, there's no dodge. It's actually legitimately hard to kind of get out of the way of these enemies. So what do you want to do is shoot them. Now so far I have a handgun and I have a shotgun, okay? They both basically are used exactly the same.
What an incredible fucking, I cannot believe the revolutionary fucking tactic. So, apparently when you have these enemies in front of you, according to Phil Burnell, the incredibly fucking, you know, genius method of approaching these enemies is you want to shoot them.
You want to do is shoot them. Now,
and it's just better. So here we go. Here's Phil's expert advice for these very difficult enemies.
Or like an old school survival horror game. Now, it's not like Resident Evil where you're on an axis, but you are slow. There's no like fast run, there's no dodge. It's actually legitimately hard to kind of get out of the way of these enemies. So what do you want to do is shoot them.
Thank God, Phil. I mean, I'll never have guessed you had to shoot the fucking enemies to fucking get by in the game.
Now, so far I have a handgun and I have a shotgun, okay? They both basically are used exactly the same. The targeting, you know, reticle or whatever it's called on the screen, you hold down the button to charge, and then you fire when charged, and it does a chunk of damage. You want to aim for the head, but the problem being is early on in the game, your gun is absolutely inaccurate. When you try to aim, the gun literally goes like this.
Like, are you sure it's not just you that's pissed? But we've seen you fucking in first-person shooters, Phil. You fucking shoot the wall more than a fucking person.
You're like the worst person ever using a gun. You have no experience at all, and you don't know how to hold a gun straight, which is hilarious. You would think that if you're going into this planet that's infected with monsters, you're probably a trained operative, and again, the narrative is that you're being
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Sent in to do stuff. So why would you not be trained to use the gun? It's bizarre that your gun sucks so bad early on, okay? Now, I bought an upgrade that allowed me to have a more steady shot, and now the gun actually works pretty well. It's easier to aim, and you can hold down and charge and hit with the charge shot much easier. Enemies take anywhere from 3 to 5 shots to kill. If you hit them in the head, it's usually 3. If you hit them other ways, it's usually 5, okay? When an enemy dies, they fall down and die and usually drop an item. But here's the mechanic of the game that's confusing and challenging, okay? An enemy is dead when you kill it, but if another enemy is alive in the area, they can walk over to the dead body of the enemy you just killed, and then these tendrils will come out of their body, fuse with the dead body, and they become a supercharged, mutated version of an enemy. They now have more health, they do more damage, and usually they have different attacks. So when you kill an enemy, you either have to kill all the other enemies in the area right away, or you have to burn the dead bodies that are on the ground. All right? So how do you burn the bodies? Well, you need to get a charge of gas or fuel, of which your suit can only hold 1 charge at a time. You get the gas by going to a gas recharge station, or if you find gears in the environment, these are a crafting material that you can make gas out of. How you get gas out of crafting gears together, I have no idea. That's kind of, I think, a weird thing, but that's how it works, okay? Now, once you get some more upgrades, you can actually...
I'm sorry, Phil. Has your immersion been ruined by the time travel game where you're going back and forward in the past and the future where we're fucking fighting these bizarre monsters? Has your immersion been ruined by how you get gas from gears? Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Mercer's asking if it's been organic bingo. It might very well be.
Fuck the fuck off.
It might be because Illopops has popped their 10-month bingo Barry Mercer message, which very kind indeed. Thank you very much. That gives us a free space. We have a free space because of that, because they're the 5th person to have popped their membership message. It means we're 1 away from a full house. And by the way, guys, if we get 50 likes, we get another free space, which means we win. I'm just saying, 50 likes for 1 bingo.
Hold more than 1 charge. Currently, I'm able to hold 3 charges at once, and I've held 3. I think you can actually maybe even get 4. I'm not sure, but in general, you're almost never going to have this gas because it's scarce. Okay, so you have to use it very sparingly and only when you think you absolutely need it. It's very hard to figure that out. Should I run in and kill an enemy and burn them right away? Should I save up the gas charge for later? Basically, what's happened in this game is that it's trial and error based on the environments. Allow me to explain. You'll go into a room and you'll have no idea what's in there. Are there enemies? Are there items? You don't know. So you'll have to start exploring the room. Maybe you'll see explosive barrels in the environment that you can shoot, and if there's an enemy near them, you can get an instant kill without having to use too much ammo and without having to ever use your burn fuel charge. So maybe that's what you want to do, but you don't know how many enemies there are going to be in this room. Maybe there's a boss in this room, and there's some special mechanic you need to learn to beat the boss, right? So what you have to do is go into every room, expecting that you're going to have to case the room before you actually get to clear it. So expect a whole lot of trial and error. You're going to go into a room, fight one enemy, only to find out, oh crap, there was actually an explosive barrel on the other side, and you should have used that, because you're going to run out of ammo. Oops. So now you replay the room again, and you run over to that barrel, and you...
Oops, we have 50 likes, which means we've won bingo. Oops, if I can put it there, if I can go. Great stuff indeed. We've won bingo, victorious in bingo. Let's fucking count them off right now.
Burger, 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 burger.
There we go.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway.
And David was indeed. We're done with bingo. Fucking hooray for that. Now, I was going to suggest we could do another bingo, a smaller bingo card. Up to you guys, you know. I mean, do we want to suffer more? Because Phil is going to be doing this until, like, I think he ends the podcast at 1:06, which means there is another half hour or so. So we could do a 3x3 card. Do we want to suffer though? That's the thing, I don't know. I mean, we could do it, but is it worth it, you know what I mean? Or do we want to just fucking run away from the bad man from boring us all to fucking death? I don't know. I might just do a quick poll. You know, fuck it, I'll let you go. I'll do a poll. Fuck it, quick poll. 3x3 second game. Yes or no? Here we go. Very quick poll in the chat. 3x3 second game. Yes or no? If you want to do a second game, vote yes. If you don't want a second game, vote no. Cool stuff indeed. But yeah, we've won bingo and we're victorious in bingo for the first time. So yeah, it's up to you guys. I'll let you guys. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to vote. In the meantime, I'm going to peruse Twitter and see what's been said on Twitter. What's all sort of coming up here. What the fuck, yeah. Oh, hello. Well, switch to schedule apparently. RTU did an ASMR video about DSP with added rain sounds. Also, it's 30 minutes. What the fuck? And Kenneth Sav says this isn't some of the most pathetic behaviour I've seen from RTU yet. What the actual fuck? Lamal. And Dashfire says he wants to wear a DSP like a skin suit. And the response to that was the reason he switched it is because Kino came out today with a video proving that Rich's kids had access to his Dropbox where Lauren says a silver baiting in the car. For God's sake, RTU drama. RTU drama. Oh my god, I don't know. Also, I mean, also, so yeah, RTU, ReviewTech USA is still trying to use Phil to, I guess, get some more content going. Anyway, also, Paul's past saying here, bargain, panic about support and tell people if they pay right now, you'll play DLC. Get the money. DLC doesn't work because you're a bad streamer who doesn't check on anything. Points out you got paid to play it already. Yell at people for pointing it out. So there you go. I think we may have that rant to look forward to. We may get some sodium here from Phil here about the DLC again. Excellent stuff indeed. What else do we fucking have here? Is there anything good here? If you asked for Hollow Knight Silk Song, show them support it or DSP will wage quit. Actually, hold on.
Tomorrow night on the lead stream, we are going to be doing Hollow Knight Silk Song. So that's right, we played it for an hour on Thursday night.
Oh god, and basically support or die. Support or the game dies. Long story short. Oh, Cerulean here. Who are DSP's fans? Here, let me show you. Let's have a look at Steve's Star, shall we?
That makes no sense. How are you sweating that hard when you have, like, no kills probably? The guy has 3 kills and you're sweating that hard. You're a fucking pussy, bro. You're sweating that hard with no kills? How about you suck my dick, bitch? You pussy! You suck my dick, pussy!
Jesus Christ, man.
Pussy!
What the hell's wrong with this person?
You suck my dick! You pussy!
This is Steve's Star.
Do something! Do something! You fucking pussy! You pussy!
Bruh.
You're sweating that hard with no fucking kills! You bitch! You fucking bitch! You're a fucking
And this is from the 28th of August of this year. In case you want, it's a very old... No, this is like last week.
And it's gone.
Jesus Christ, man. Where the hell did this come from? Hold on a second here. Oh my god, and Pixar say, I'm now raged, what's that game? Is it autisms that make them like this? Isn't this supposed to be, you know, a bit of harmless fun? There's something broken inside a dented mind. Oh my god. Oh my god, so yeah. This is a DSP fan base. Buddy is mentally unstable in the PDFs. Oh, and then you got merge into DSP fan. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell, man? That was fucking alarming as all hell. Yeah. And also the Marvel daily chat from Friday was something having a meltdown about the fucking Marvel token beta game. We'll see that before anyway. We'll see that before. Anyway. People have voted and 84% want another game, so I guess we'll have another game then. Fuck it. Let me get a game set up. I'll do a little quick 3x3 card. So let me very quickly amend that. And hold on. While I'm doing that, I'll let you guys enjoy the authors, shall we? Enjoy the authors while I put together the bingo card. I need to change a couple of things though. So I'll give me a wee second here and Jesus. I need to change this back over. I need to change this. We're in a 3x3 card after all. So do this. And amend this. Make it 3x3. And I think we're ready to rock and roll and get on with the show and get on with our bingo. So there we go, good stuff indeed. Fuck it. At time bingo. Let's get the game set up again. That should be that. There we go, good stuff indeed. Now I think I'm going to remove right now from the center square. So what I'll do is just remove the center. So use custom, nah, and preserve centers, nah. I'll just reset in the randomize. There we go. So anyway, number. First number in chat I see will be what I use for today's show. The first number in chat, 6. Sonny says 6 our first in chat I saw. So we'll use 6. There we go. We need Phil to say and do the following things for this 3x3 bingo card. We need Phil to... Oh, hold on. Let's say, sorry. We need Phil to do a wire T-pose again. Him saying, oh, new games, and being on defense mode, I'm making a weird noise. Him saying percent, tired, reality, and unique. So there we go. Here's a second bingo card of the game. Also, I'll reset the free spaces because we have no more free spaces, but everything else stays put, you know. For example, the big counter will still stay there. And you know, so if Phil keeps begging, we'll get another free space for that. 25 lights, we'll get another free space as well, and all that jazz. More snorts and burps, we get free spaces as well. And before we start playing bingo for a second time, let's press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle for a second time.
Fuck's sake, Jesus!
Angry Malcolm Tucker is always going to be funny. Anyway, let's time bingo, let's see if we can get a second victory here if I can go. Good luck.
Kill the enemy only to find out there's another enemy at the other side of the room, so you really should have lured both enemies to the barrel at once and did a double kill. Oops.
Who fucking cares?
Then you'll find an enemy that's mutating, so you use the flame to stop them. But then you'll find out there's a second wave of enemies and you should conserve your fuel for that. Oops. And that's how the game is. They even say right at the beginning of the game, this is a game where you're meant to be learning based off of your failures. So expect to go in and make a mistake and then do it a second time or a third time and do better. The problem with that is that it feels very frustrating, meaning there's very few times in the game you can go into an area and just pass it on the first try. You have to go back again and again in order to actually make that progress, and that's legitimately frustrating.
But the game literally tells you that's how it's the game literally tells you that's how it's played. You get warned up front by the game that is the kind of mechanic of the game. And you're upset because the game has that mechanic which it warned you about, and yet you still complain about the mechanic.
Like, you don't want to have to do these things 10 times, right? You don't. Instead, you want to just be able to do them once. So why do you have to redo a room 5 times in order to pass it? Like, for example, there was a boss fight. It was the end of the last stream that I did there, okay? The last thing I did was a boss fight. During this boss fight, I didn't know if you had to use flame to make the boss vulnerable, or if you could just shoot it without the flame. It's never explained. The game tells you in the lore, oh, this boss is weak to fire. That's all it says. Is the fire dealing damage? Is the fire merely stunning the boss so it stays still so you can shoot it to the point? You have no idea. Come to find out, after attempting this boss 3 to 4 times, you don't need the flame at all. All you need to do is shoot it in 3 glowing read points. but it's hard to hit those weak points unless you hit it with flame, then it gets stunned. Then you can aim and fire. Once you destroy all 3 weak points, the boss dies and moves on, and then you won. But again, you're going to try again and again trying to figure out what you're supposed to do, as opposed to, okay, well, I'm just going to beat it on the first try. You really can never do that in this game. So I feel like this game is tough because of limited ammo, and you know, resource management as a result of that. Inventory and resource management is huge in this game, and the enemies being so tough and such limited resource that you need to do trial and error to figure it out. You never can really just make solid progress. You always feel like, oh, this is the second, third, fourth time I have to try this to get to the next room. It's not bad by any means, but it's annoying. And I'm not sure this is the kind of game that's going to resonate with the modern survival horror audience, excuse me. Modern survival horror games like the modern Resident Evils, even, you know, the Silent Hill remake, you can beat stuff on the first try for sure. For sure. And, you know, for these games, usually I do. Like, it's very rare when I get stuck on something. This game, you're stuck all the time. It's designed like that. So, some people will like it, some people won't. I personally am enjoying it, but I was frustrated it didn't explain these mechanics early. Like, the whole flame mechanic, I thought you had to burn every single enemy to kill them permanently. That's not the case, but the game never explained that. So I was confused as hell until someone in chat told me, oh, no, you don't have to burn every enemy. Don't worry about that. Just stop the living ones from mutating to the dead bodies. Like, oh, okay. Why didn't the game tell you that? I don't know, right? So, I'm looking forward to more, and we are playing it again tonight on the late stream. I am excited for this. I hope that you guys will join me for it. So let's talk. Let's now talk about the schedule for the week, because this is an interesting week, to say the least, juggling 5 games. That's right. So today, it is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. As we head into Endgame, we're actually starting with the Sorrow boss fight, even though the Sorrow boss fight actually isn't a boss, right? From what I'm to remember. So that's coming up. And then we've got whatever comes next. I don't think we're going to beat it today. We'll probably need one more stream. Tonight on the late stream, 7 p.m. Pacific time, that is more Chronos The New Dawn, as we get further into this difficult survival horror game. Tomorrow, the daytime stream will be a Suikoden 2 continuing on. We now have hit the meat of the game, meaning now we have a base. We were recruiting people openly. We headed westward to a whole new area of the map, and we are having fun advancing the plot. So we are head on, full speed into exciting stuff with Suikoden. Tomorrow night on the late stream, we are going to be doing Hollow Knight Silk Song. So that's right, we played it for an hour on Thursday night. I only got a small taste of what the game is. I like it. The viewers loved it and said, yes, please play it. So tomorrow night, it is Hollow Knight Silk Song. If you've been screaming for Silk Song, please show up, engage, and support with the Silk Song stream tomorrow night. All right? That's going to show me that these were not just contrarian people screaming at me, saying that they wanted it just because I wasn't playing it. Okay? I like the idea of playing Silk Song. I like this kind of game. But I need people to actually show up, engage, and support with it. If I start playing it, and the stream is dead, and the attendance is bad, and the support's non-existent, then I'm not going to play it. Okay? Fair enough? There you go. So let's see how that goes. And then for the rest of the week, it'll be a balance. There's going to be more Chronos. I believe we're actually doing Chronos as the day stream on Tuesday. And Tuesday night is Gears of War Reloaded campaign continuing. We are a little more than halfway through the Gears of War Reloaded campaign. So probably 2 more streams to wrap that up. We likely will beat that by the end of the week, at which point we'll reassess and determine if we're going to be doing more multiplayer of the game or not. I'm not sure if we're going to or not. I'm excited to see if you guys will show up for the multiplayer of it, okay? And that's going to be the balance all week long. The only difference at the end of the week on Friday night, we're going to do Friday Night Fights, Capcom vs. SNK 2 again. However, this is the final topic I have to talk about for today before we get to Q&A. Last week, we brought back Friday Night Fights. Okay, I hadn't done fighting games on Friday night in a while. Because we had a marathon, because we had a new release, because I had a day off one week.
Is this going to be another fucking beg? Also, new release, new game, same thing.
Burger.
But is this going to be another goddamn beg? We finally fucking got it back to Friday Night Fights, and the money wasn't there.
Because of that, it hadn't been like almost a month since we did them on a Friday. Now, typically, when we did fighting games on Friday nights, they did well. Meaning a lot of people would show up and engage and support, and we'd find a lot of content. It would be a lot of fun. Friday night, not so much. What I mean by that is, it was incredibly difficult to actually find competition in this game at this point, even on PlayStation, which seems to be everyone's remaining platform of choice for this game. Okay? I tried to play it on PC, and I couldn't find anyone weeks ago. Everyone said, oh, everyone went to PlayStation. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll play it on PlayStation. Well, I had a really tough time finding competition. All right, I was searching and searching. Then I would find someone. I'd play them for a game. Their connection lagged like crazy. They literally only abused the lag, meaning roll throw, roll jab, roll mash, roll mash. It's pathetic. These people don't know how to play fighting games. They're abusing the lag on purpose. It's the only way that they can win. And the sad fact is some of these people got to Grandmaster ranking, literally roll mashing buttons. They're horrible scrubs. So playing them isn't satisfying. I usually end up spanking them. And then we get no satisfaction out of it because none of the matches are good games. Now, luckily, I do have a viewer, King Crimson, who has joined me to play me on PlayStation 5 pretty frequently in the last few sessions, but I can't just play one guy. I need to have a variety of comp, and the truth is, the people who are playing this game are not good at it. They're terrible. They've literally abused lag to get to where they are. They never bothered learning actual gameplay mechanics to know what to do, and they suck shit. And that's sad. The people who are the highest ranked on PlayStation are some of the worst players. The person who's ranked #1 on PlayStation actually can't do an anti-air. They literally see you jump and then they roll and mash buttons because their internet connection is so bad. The rollback favors their mashed input and they get a throw or a jab instead of you actually being able to punish the roll, which is how it's supposed to be.
Well, nobody fucking cares.
That's boring. You're boring everybody. Quit boring everyone.
So, it's pretty pathetic. I've enjoyed playing Capcom vs. SNK 2 way more than I thought that I would.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! Seriously. I actually thought that I would only play this for a little bit and I'd get bored with it, but we played it for over 3 months, and I've enjoyed more and more and more learning this game. In truth, CVS 2 is a game that back in the day I probably should have played more of, because when you take a look at the big four, which is Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and Capcom vs. SNK 2, CVS 2 plays more like Super Turbo than the other games. Okay? So I probably should have learned it better and played it more back in the day. I did not. I regret that now, because I actually really like the game, but there's just no comp for it. Like, I've played players from the past who I know, but the connections are laggy as shit. So I can't really get much out of that. You know, if I play Smooth Cat, great. I play his P Groove, and he parries the shit out of me, but I can't learn the timing to beat it because the game lags like crazy. So what's the point, right? So, yeah, it's frustrating. Now, here's the thing. On Friday night, I not only was able, let me rephrase. I wasn't able to consistently get good opponents. In addition, we did have good support, but we didn't hit a goal. All right, we did though. We had over $100 of support for Capcom vs. SNK2, and I appreciate that. Anytime I'm playing a fighting game and you guys are doing over $100 of support, that's very significant. All right, and I hope that you understand that. You know, I know that fighting games, unless I'm playing the hot new one, you know, to get that support for a retro fighting game is pretty awesome, and I appreciate that. But we didn't hit a goal, so it's like double frustration because I'm struggling trying to find comp and make an entertaining stream, and it's hard to do when the game is dying, and the support was dwindling. Okay, excuse me. So here's the deal. This Friday night, we're gonna give it another go. If I can find comp, and if we get support, then I will try to keep CVS 2 in the rotation. If we played again on Friday night, and basically we can't find anyone, and the support has dwindled, I think we're going to give fighting games a rest for a bit. I think we'll retire them for like a month or two. What I'm looking for is this new Mortal Kombat collection, the Legacy collection, that's going to be coming out soon. The rumor is it's coming out by the end of October. That would be my next fighting game that I would play. I would basically bring back Friday Night Fights, and we would do that, and we would play. I mean, that game has so many games. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate, 4, and then it even has weird versions. Like it has the WaveNet version of Ultimate 3, which has a character that wasn't originally in the game, Noob Saibot. I've never even seen that character before used in the game. So, no, 30th of September is not the release date. It doesn't have a release date, unless they just recently announced it. Here, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, release date.
I have to say the words I type.
2025. The only thing that leaked was that the Xbox Game Store at one point said September 30th. However, they removed that date, and what they believe it was a placeholder date to say third quarter, which is September 30th is the last day of the third quarter of 2025. So it's actually not coming out that day. It was just a placeholder, and no one actually knows when it's coming out. The rumor is that it's going to be October. So when it comes out, I'd be down to have that be a fighting game where we'll play the classics. Likely, I'm not going to play much past 4. Like, I know there's some other games in that collection, but I'll probably try them all out. I don't know what game's going to stick as a competitive game. For the record, 1 and 2 are not good competitive games at all. 3 is where it started to be competitive. Ultimate 3 was the most played tournament game for Mortal Kombat, meaning that was the one that had the most players. It had a big tournament circuit and everything. So probably Ultimate 3, but what version of Ultimate 3? There's like 3 versions. There's also going to be Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which is a game that will combine all different versions of the Mortal Kombat characters into one game. So maybe that'll be played. I don't know.
Who fucking cares?
So, when it comes out, that's probably the next fighting game I'm going to play. I would love to keep playing CVS 2 up to then. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, if we have a dud of a night on Friday night where I can't find comp, the stream's boring, the engagement and support are low, I'm probably not going to do it. We'll probably retire it. And then we'll go back to it when Mortal Kombat comes out. Okay? So now before you basically say, oh, well, what about Street Fighter 6? I'm not interested in Street Fighter 6. I'm just not. The game is boring as shit. Every time I try to watch it now, I fall asleep. Seriously. The game is insanely unbalanced. It's so hilarious now because Mai is like the most broken character in the game. And I keep seeing footage. Oh, look, here's a tournament match where someone has dominated Mai and she has 0% health and then she did one combo and she came back. No thanks. No thanks. No patterns for me. No bullshit drive rush nonsense for me. No 80% combo for me. I'm done. You know, I just don't want to play it anymore. It's just not fun to even watch. It's not even like it's not fun to play. It's not even fun for me to watch anymore. I just don't like it. So,
who fucking cares?
Will I ever go back to Street Fighter 6? That's a good question. I don't know. I legit don't know if I'll ever go back to the game or not at this point. We'll have to see, but right now I'm just not interested in it. Okay? All right, so that covers everything that I wanted to talk about. We got a fun week ahead. Thank you for the early support and the early momentum. Please, let's keep that going. Let's hit that goal. Let's hit support goals so we can do DSP Tries It. We have 6 to go. We can do DSP Tries It literally as early as Tuesday. All right, because that's when this new menu is releasing at Taco Bell. So let's go and let's hit goal to see what happens, okay? Lance Cadman says, if you quit CVS 2, would you consider playing the other games in the collection for a stream? Here's the thing. So you say the other games in the collection. Power Stone. Power Stone's not a fighting game. Power Stone's a party game. All right? If you want me to play it a little bit, I would mess around with it, but I've never really played it, so I'd suck at it. And likely, anyone who's playing it 3 months in is good at it. That's why they keep playing it, so I'll just get bodied, but I'm okay with trying it once. Rival Schools United by Fate, just for or I think it's called Project Justice in there, just for like a one-off to try. I'd maybe mess with it, but again, that's not something that's going to have longevity. And it's like Street Fighter Alpha 3 is probably the other one that I would consider playing and trying to learn. But there's a big problem with everything I've just mentioned, okay? Out of all the games in that collection, Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is actually the name of the game, okay? Out of all the games in that collection, the game that's the most popular and the game that had the highest player count was Capcom vs. SNK 2. So if we're 3 months into the game and I can't even find people playing CVS 2, how am I going to find people playing the other games that had less players? You see?
Who fucking cares?
So I'd be okay if you wanted me to try, but there's probably not going to be anyone to find. It's going to be the situation of the other collections where you try to find a game. Like, remember when I was playing the Marvel collection? And at first we had Comp for X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 1, and other games. And then after a while, there's no one for those games anymore. So all you can play is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's the only game that you can even find a person to fight against. So I guarantee you it's going to be the same. All right? But I wouldn't be opposed. Like, I played Alpha 3 on release night, and I really liked it. But I never went back to it. I just stuck with CVS 2 for 3 months and got much better at it. So we could go back to Alpha 3. But I don't know if we find anyone to play. All right?
Who fucking cares?
Okay. That's true, too. Dabpan says, it would be interesting to see player numbers if Fight Kane didn't exist. This is the problem with the FGC. I'm just going to say this right now, and everyone in the FGC can hate on me. I don't give a shit. Fightcade has killed retro games in the community.
Okay, here we go. Well, you absolutely do care what the FGC say and do. You're absolutely fucking desperate for their attention to give you relevancy. This is why I fucking keep name dropping them time and time again. This is why you're fucking super desperate to be contrarian to what they're fucking saying and doing, so you can get a rise out of them. So you can fucking try and poke one of them, you know what I mean? So one of them will fucking rise to the bait you're fucking dangling it there. You absolutely do care.
Oh my god, what's up?
Thank you very much, Nato Ronan, for the $2 super chat. Who says maybe get the Dens together and play Power Stone? Yeah, Phil, play with Jade. Jade's still waiting to play with you. He's waited all this time. And he still doesn't get a game. Poor Jade.
I'm just going to say this right now, and everyone in the FGC can hate on me. I don't give a shit. Fightcade has killed retro games in the community. Fightcade is the reason why these collections don't have effort put into them. Fightcade is the reason why these collections don't have longevity and why the retro games die. And then everyone runs back to Fightcade because Fightcade is free and illegal, but no one cares. The FGC is really bad when it comes to this kind of thing. Back in the day, I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out on consoles. Everyone ran out and did they buy it? No, they pirated it. They pirated the living shit out of MVC 2. 1,000,000%. Why? Because, oh, it's free, it's cheap. Yeah, but...
That's an interesting percentage.
Then you kill the business. The whole idea is that if you buy the stuff, okay, then more will be made because the money that you spent on it became profit for the company, so now they are inspired to make more games. When you pirate everything, no one wants to make more games. Do you get it? So, when you take a look at Fightcade, all right, why do you think these collections come out without crossplay, without the necessary features to make them have longevity? It's because they know that it's a cheap cash grab. They're going to come out with this, people will buy it, play for 3 months, and then they're back to Fightcade.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Fightcade didn't exist. These collections would have more longevity. The company would put more effort into them. It's just that simple. Running ROMs and emulators and shit on your fucking PC, you're killing classic games, is what you're doing. You're making it that only a small group of people who are into that emulation community will ever enjoy them. You'll never have the classics be mainstream if the collections die within 3 months because you complained that the collection wasn't perfect and you ran back to fucking Fightcade again. But no one listens. FGC will never listen to someone like me because they think they know better.
Look who's talking.
So, I'm sorry, but that's just the case. Now, you may argue, well, Fightcade did a service because back in the day, there were no ways to play these games. Well, yes and no. Okay, yes and no. You're right when it comes to the actual arcade perfect versions. But there was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. There was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition. Okay, they tried. They did try to release versions. And those versions did succeed for a bit. But ultimately what ended up happening is people would run back to Fightcade. So, the initial reason behind Fightcade makes sense. And I support that. I want to have, what is it called? What's the word that starts with a P? That means that you're supporting games so that they have a healthy life cycle and they don't go into retirement because no one can access them. Posterity. I support Fightcade's efforts to make posterity for these older games. But the truth is that when the effort actually finally goes into it, and you have a version of Super Turbo that comes out, or a version of Third Strike that comes out, or this collection that has CVS 2, right? You have your version. So why are you playing Fightcade? So now the collection dies, everyone runs back to Fightcade. That's it, back to obscurity. Oh well, that's what you wanted. Why? Because it's cheap and free. Yeah, but then you'll never have comp, you fucking idiot. Or how dumb can you be? I don't know. I swear to God, there's no one in FGC that speaks like reason to these people. Like, they just listen to their own circle jerking. Everything is fucking unicorns and rainbows community, and they don't listen to reason. Like, and the other sad part about Fightcade, it's not safe.
Phil, before you even continue, every single fighting game on any platform is a peer-to-peer fighting game, which means that anyone could sniff out your IP. Phil avoids Fightcade because of this reason, and yet he'll play every other fighting game like Street Fighter 6 or anything else for that matter when the same risks apply.
Fightcade is not safe. Literally right now, anyone you play on Fightcade, you could use an IP sniffer, get their IP address, and fuck with them. I'm not saying that's going to happen for the vast majority of the FGC. I'm just saying that's a problem. You would think that in all these years that Fightcade's been out, they would have fixed that problem, but obviously they don't care, or it would have been fixed already. I can't play Fightcade because I can't have my IP sniffed out by a bunch of fucking stalkers losers, you know? So it's just really dumb. I would love to play a collection that has full features, crossplay, all the things you want from a game that's going to have longevity, like the effort they put into Street Fighter 6. Imagine if they put out a collection that was the Big Four. Imagine that. They actually called it the Capcom's Big Four collection. MVC2, CVS2, Super Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Basically, the games that you like included only. Why not just call it a DSP collection?
All have crossplay, features, sweet customizable colors, unique ranking systems, punishment for people who rage quit, all the things you want. And they sell it for like 60, 70 bucks. But because they
Oh my god, this is getting stupid now. That's like 3 in a row. Bullshit.
support it, those games get vibrant communities again. And now you go to tournaments and play the best versions of these games. You know what I'm saying? No. Let's run back to Fightcade. All right, so go play these old games with the same 7 people you play against in the entire fucking world, and don't complain that they're dead. Don't complain that when a collection comes out, it dies within 3 months. Because the reason you run back to Fightcade and you pirate the game, that's what happens. If you want to have something be successful, you have to support it, not pirate it. And by the way, a lot of people in chat screaming about VPNs. You obviously have no idea what you're talking about. VPNs change your IP address. You're right. They also add input delay. There is literally not a VPN on the planet that is input free. So if you're trying to play a fighting game competitively and you use a VPN to do it, you're creating lag. You're making
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
it shitty. You cannot use a VPN to play Fightcade. And by the way, for the record, that doesn't stop people from DDoSing you. They can still get your IP, DDoS you, now you gotta use a different VPN. Then they DDoS the next IP. Then you change to a different VPN to another IP. Then they DDoS that IP. It doesn't solve the problem. All it is they don't get your fixed IP, so they can't just DDoS you when you're not playing, but they can still DDoS you when you're playing. Literally what you're saying makes no sense. All right. Anyway, so that's that. And yes, it is disappointing. I wish that these collections had more players. I wish that more effort was put into them. But I feel like as long as Fightcade exists and the piracy continues, they realize, when I say they, I mean Capcom or whoever's, financing these collections, they realize that these are just ways for a quick cash grab, and they're never going to have longevity because people are always going to run back to what's free. So they're never going to put as much effort into them.
Jesus fucking Christ, Phil, man. Just hearing Phil attempt to sound informed about anything is painful. Like, I'm not the smartest person out there, but even I know more about this shit than he does, and he should know better. This is his area of expertise, apparently.
At least that's my take. Okay. All right. We have some extra time. Whatever you guys would like to talk about, tag me in the chat. Let's do a little bit of Q&A to end the show today. All right. And please, like I said, let's get some more support. Let's hit 100 bucks of support by the end of the show. That way we only have 50 to go for Metal Gear, and we can hit that goal easily by the end of this stream. Okay? No, girls set. I have not used a 3DS, 2DS this year. I couldn't even tell you the last time I did. 3DS? I don't even know where my 3DS is. It's somewhere in my closet, but we never finished the closet clean out, so we never found it again. Dark Chaos, if you want the answer, reset to the beginning of the podcast. I already talked about Tokon. Is Battlefield the next shooter I'm going to play? Likely yes. Comes out in October, right? So likely yes. Although there is a Call of Duty beta, and I'll probably be playing the Call of Duty beta when that's available as well. What did you say over here? Hold on. I don't know what War Thunder is, real life loser. So I don't know if I'm playing or not. I don't know what the hell it is. The Tractors are sad. I literally just explained why I can't play Fightcade. Literally moments ago, I explained it doesn't hide your IP. Anyone can get it. Anyone can DDoS you. Even if you use a VPN, you're creating more lag for yourself, and you can still be DDoSed anyway. I don't understand why you think I could play. I can't. Is Metal Gear Solid Delta worth it if you never played the original? Sure. Sure it is. What happens if you get DDoSed? I have to contact my ISP. They have to come out here, and we have to swap modems in order to try to get a new IP. The way that my ISP works, they assign an IP address to your modem, and your modem auto-reseeks that same IP. Okay? I have a new modem in here. Well, not new, it's like 2 years old now. I don't even know how this modem even works with this ISP anymore. My ISP is fucking weird. Okay? That's all I have to say. Comcast is weird as shit. They don't do things like other ISPs. They actually would require someone to come out and have 2 modems hooked up to my wall. So one modem would have the old ISP, one modem would have a new ISP. Then they would reassign my account from the old to the new modem, and then unhook the old modem, and that's how we change my ISP. Otherwise,
I am literally just begging for the end. This is awful. My eyes are glazed over. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. I think there's a particular Red Dwarf clip here, which would be appropriate to use at this point in time. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. I'm trying. I'll find it. I don't know how. Hold on.
Boom. Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
Oh, thank you very much, Sonny, for gifting 20 members. Oh, fuck, I only just one. Sonny just said, fuck this shit went out. 4 free spaces right there, I won bingo. Great stuff indeed. I was trying to find the clip where, you know, Rimmer's talking to fucking Crichton, and Crichton's like, my brain's fucking melted because you just bored the crap at me. Basically, I can't find that clip, damn it. Hold on. I thought it'd be easier to find, but it's actually quite hard to find a particular clip where Rimmer's been annoying. Who would have guessed it? I don't know. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find it. I can't even find the damn thing. I might have to give up. I might have to give up trying to find the clip of. Yeah, balls. Damn it. Fuck, I don't know. I'm literally just scrolling through YouTube trying to find the right fucking clip, and it's like, nah, I can't fucking find the damn thing. I don't know, I tried. I fucking tried, I failed. But with one bingo, that's the main thing. I was literally, my eyes were glazing over there, like looking literally, Phil was just boring the bejesus at me. But it's all over now with one bingo, thanks to Sonny gifting those 20 members. So let's take these squares off.
Burger.
Oh, look at the cats.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway.
It'll sound kind of strange, but it still baffles me that this is the same person that turned into the small miniature planet we have these days. You know, it still baffles me that turned into current cat fat. But there you go. But thank you, Sonny, for getting 20 members out, Kenny, indeed, and congratulations to the following people for getting the membership. Congratulations to Wanderer, The Godly One, Jesse Neal, Lima Whiskey 7, Tiffy Tastic, TT Twister, Sniper Extended, Bro Tato, Vio, King Be Cruel, Savage Today, Thorin, Sin, Mountain Lightning, Daniel Cannon, Wild Bill, Pigstar Animations, A Ruffian Name, Cruel Ratchet, and finally, The Guy. If you got a membership there, make sure you thank Sonny for giving you a membership, and of course, thank you, Sonny, for your support and giving those memberships, and winning us another bingo is very kind of you indeed. Of course, winning our bingo card means we get to add another $10 to the bingo prize fund. There we go. Excellent stuff indeed. I'm so annoyed I couldn't find that fucking red wash clip. You know, I just remember boring the crap out of Crichton. My brain's melted. But yeah, I swear my eyes were literally glazing over there. We fell trying to explain that crap. It was the most boring shit ever. How about we go to live DSP and see if he's fucking got $100 yet?
Guys, I literally tracker. Because I left the tracker in. This is an extra cutscene.
You know, I've been trying to do this kind of thing myself.
$87.
Let me handle it.
Hold on. Hold on, it's so going to be uncomfortable here.
Looks like she put him into a friggin' Boston crab.
Here, lift up your hips.
What the hell was that?
How's that?
Breaking his back.
Yeah, everybody tells me that. Hold steady, I'm not done yet. There, a transmitter.
Is that how they do it in the KGB?
Sometimes. Would you rather I did it American style?
How'd you know there was a transmitter lodged there? That's some female intuition you've got.
That's it. That was the extra scene you get, comedy scene, because you left the transmitter in.
You meant to remove it yourself, yeah, but you don't, so yeah, fucking idiot. Oh, what a moron. Anyway, so yeah, Phil has not got $100 yet, so we're praying for it to happen. It may happen, who knows, but I think it's safe to say we've had enough of the bad man for one day, I think, you know. Guys, thank you very much for joining me for some robust bingo antics on this very fine Sunday. I hope everyone's had a very fun weekend, and start of a brand new week tomorrow, of course, so hope you're all looking forward to Monday rolling around once again and all that jazz. The Tractor Media got banned from PWR stream, and are they still around? PWR, are they still doing this? Jesus Christ, man. I've only tried to contact PWR once on Twitter. I got ignored, and I was asking PWR, look, people in my stream want me to redirect to your stream. Please allow your streams to get redirected to. Didn't get a response, so I just gave up. And I've not thought about PWR since then. But yeah, they've had a wee moment in the spotlight, and I think they're struggling to continue without the spotlights being shown them anymore. Yeah, seems like it's getting a little bit desperate in their part. Anyway, okay, that's their problem, not mine. I don't care. But I'm going to wrap up, as I said there, and I'm going to wrap up there by ending how I always end things by putting today's PIG contributions made by supremely talented Pixar Animations. So there we go. And oh yeah, I mean, so I'm not sure. Some people missed. Phil explained at the start of the stream how he spent his Saturday. You know, Phil spent his Saturday because it was Cat's birthday on Saturday. So Phil couldn't play the beta of that new Marvel token game, however, so instead he went and took Cat out for a slap-up meal, and they ate food, and then they had wine, and then Phil watched a whole bunch of other content creators play the brand new fighting game. That sounds like a special, meaningful anniversary, doesn't it? Where Phil just paid attention to what other gaming content creators were doing. Will fucking pretended he didn't care that he wasn't playing the game because it was Cat's birthday. But yeah, there you fucking go. Oh my god. One day, Phil's going to have a podcast where he's not that insufferable. Tomorrow he's going to do he's got a normal podcast as well. Tomorrow we'll be back to a 5x5 card because Phil, as things stand anyway, is planned to do a 5x5. Sorry, it's planned to do a level 1 podcast, which is why I've got a 5x5 card for tomorrow as well. But we'll see what happens between now and then. And if Phil does change it on the fly and decides not to do a podcast, we'll just do a 3x3 card tomorrow instead. So for now, it should be a 5x5. So there we go. But yeah, I'm going to end how I always end by putting today's PIG made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. So until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll catch you all later. Oh wait, before we go, hold on. I forgot, before we go, Ryan Lemure sent a bunch of random sound clips for Phil's begging.
Fuck you! Give me money!
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Because the point is, fuck you! Give me money!
The longer version of that, not bad, okay.
You have to cough up more money!
That's pretty decent as well. Finally we have...
Because fuck you! Give me more money!
That's a... There we go. So random clips sent by Ryan Lemure of angry Phil Burnell style give me money clips. So there we go. May have to add those to some way to hold out to wait and see, I guess. Good stuff indeed. But thank you, Ryan Lemure, for sharing that in Discord. Very much appreciated. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, gone like that.